team sheet.
G'day and welcome to AFL&T's coverage of the 2025-26 NTFL season. Today we're at Nightcliff Oval with Waratahs and Nightcliff taking each other on a Friday night at fourth and fifth position. My name is Leo King and my commentary partner today will be Janet Baird. Janet, this should be a cracker one as we're about to get underway.
Yeah, this is going to be a cracker today. It's been raining a little bit in Nightcliff this afternoon, so the ground's a little bit dewy, a little bit wet, so it'll definitely test both sides today.
Yep, and I'm sure you can hear there's plenty of wind out there. I think it's pointing to the Nightcliff clubhouse end, so I think Nightcliff have the advantage early. I think they won the toss, as I think umpires are just doing their final checks. So they want to get underway. And he'll hold the ball up and we'll get underway for this bit of an early finals preview clash. Both teams still sniffing a little spot in the top three. As Arnold Kirby will get in the ruck first, he's back in good form. Nothing really advantages. We can see straight away, Janet, it's very puddly. We'll get a free kick, high tackle to Brandon Parfitt. He's going to go quickly. He's going to give hands out wide. They'll have a chance to go forward here, Nightcliff. They will. It's a good kick, but it'll land in the lap of Waratah, and they'll be ready to reset. I think it might be Dylan Collis there, and he's going to go forward again, but not much of a kick. As Waratahs will win it, they'll bury in there, but I think the umpire will say, I'll have this one, and he will.
Brendan Parford getting hands on the ball really early here with his high pressure as well, so we'll keep an eye on him. He's had a really consistent season for Nightcliff Tigers.
100%. He's had a couple of weeks off as well, so he's ready to go. As the ball's just bobbling about, no one can really do much with it here. In Nightcliff's attacking end, a lot of numbers getting to the footy, but Nightcliff will have a chance here. They're going to run into an open goal, I think, through Linky, and he's put it through. A great start for Nightcliff. They've had a great centre clearance, and Nightcliff are on the board early from a few just keeping the ball forward stoppages. Janet, they couldn't have asked for a much better start.
Yeah, the wet weather definitely didn't hurt them there. Nightcliff just cleaned with the footy and just ran into an open goal at the end, so well done to them. But Tars there with their defence just scattered a little bit, so we'd love to see them clean that up. Otherwise, Nightcliff are going to have a field day today.
Yeah, they had a fair few spare there. They've got to be onto that. And Shay Linky's a very athletic full forward. We know he can hurt you when the ball's on the ground or in the air, so a bit of a wake-up call for Waratah. As we're straight back in the middle here as the undersized ruckman in Mac Johnson will go against big Arnold Kirby. That'll be a tough day for him as Kirby will win that one. The tap won't work out though, as it'll go to Waratah. He picks it up cleanly. He'll give the hands quickly, and Nyhouse has got it. It's a good handball to the outside. They're going to attack here, Nightcliff. It's a good kick. Couldn't be quite marked there. But they'll go as Waratah's there again. That work rate's there. Filo's going to run into this one. We don't want him kicking it inside 50 if you're Waratah, but Kennedy will get his hands on it and he'll go long to the top of the goal square. Give his forwards a chance. Won't really work out as Nightcliff are just outworking Waratah's at the moment, but we'll get a stoppage right where Waratah's don't want it, Jenna.
Yeah, definitely. This is exactly where Nightcliff wanted as well, and I can see Brendan Parford there just around the contest. Ball's alive though, but it's on the ground.
Yeah, but Nightcliff, they've just got tracked back a bit here as Waratahs have just laid up the defence, but the umpire's found a high tackle, and I think it might have go Nightcliff's way. I think it is. Yes, it will. It will go the way of Jonathan Lanyon, and he's going to have a shot on goal. I didn't really see that free kick, Janet, did you?
No, it's a little bit hard to see on our end here, but Nightcliff get a shot on goal right in front, which is not exactly what Tars need early on.
It's Lanyon, he's coming in. Looks like a pretty good kick. They're celebrating. Nightcliff have got 2 in 3 minutes. The perfect start for them at their home ground. And that one will go to Jonathan Lanyon. 2 quick goals for Nightcliff, and Waratah's caught napping. And you know that when Nightcliff are going to go forward, they'll make you pay, Janet. So Waratah's really need to get on top of this midfield. 2 really good centre clearances for Nightcliff early.
Yeah, it's starting in the midfield at the moment for Tigers. They're dominating in there with the likes of Philo and Parfit, and their ruck as well in Kirby. So Tars have to get on top of that really early so it doesn't extend that lead.
No doubt, as we're back underway again. Waratahs want to just get a bit of hands on the footy. They've had very few disposals so far. Nightcliff will get first. In there first, I think it's Parfit's in there. He'll drop the ball, and then Zul still lay a tackle, but umpire still saying not yet mine, and we'll get another stoppage, but still pretty even in that contest, and umpire's not mucking around. He's getting straight back into it. Kirby dominating the ruck early. His midfielders can't reward him though, as Kennedy will give slick hands out wide. As Nightcliff are out here, they're going to go inside 50 on the right boot. And I think that's a fantastic mark taken down there. I think it might be Shay Linky. He's going to line up for his second, and that is Nightcliff are looking $1 million early, Janet.
Yeah, they definitely are. It's that midfield, just getting it quick, and Tars are just slow to react at the moment, giving their midfielders little to no opportunity at the moment. And yeah, Nightcliff going for their third in about 4 minutes, actually.
Yeah, Shay Linky, we know how good he is, and his partner in crime, Wade Dirkson's not there tonight, as he'll stab that one straight through the middle. It's 3 goals in 4 minutes. Waratahs are in serious trouble here if they can't get their act together, and Nightcliff with a commanding start. And I reckon they picked the right end, Janet. You know, that wind has really proven quite a difference with the goal kicking early, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Whoever won the coin toss at the start is definitely getting the advantage of that win. It's quite strong as we're on the far side of the Nightcliff ovals, and it's going, as you can hear through our mics.
Yes, it is, as the umpires will get it through. Ricky Nolan would not be happy with this start, as the umpire number 6, Josh Cooper, will get in there and he'll throw this one up again. No real interchanges either, and Nightcliff are up 3 goals. It's been an electrifying start as Philo wins this one straight out of the middle, and he'll slam that one on the boot. We know he's got a massive kick, and I think Arnold Kirby might have given a downfield free kick away, the last thing Waratahs needed. And they're going to go inside 50 here as Polkinghorn. I think he's going to be the one to kick it in for the Tigers. Yeah, he's about on 50. I reckon this is a bit beyond his range. I'm not sure if he can kick this one, but he's kind of going back like he can. He gives it a fair roost, and they haven't given it... I think they might have given a 50-metre penalty. Or is there a free kick in the goal square? I'm not sure what's going on here, Janet. There's whistles everywhere, but I think it might be going Nightcliff's way.
Nightcliff's way, right in front of goals, is exactly not what Tars need. Not too sure which player it has been given to. Number 12.
Marley McGregor, I think it is. Or is it Shay Linky again? No, Marley McGregor.
22.
It's hard to see from over here. And he'll have a very easy shot on goal. And Waratahs have just been caught fast asleep here in this first quarter. This is just the last thing they needed. But Marley McGregor will have a very easy shot on goal as he comes in, and he'll stab that one through. And the Tigers have 4 goals in 6 minutes, and they have just torn Waratahs apart from the midfield. Janet, I can't even remember the last time Waratahs touched the footy.
Nah, that was a bit of a silly free kick to give away in the middle there. They definitely have a quality side in the midfield, and they're getting together now just to mop a couple of things up. We know how good Scotty Carlin is in the midfield, so maybe just resetting his group in there, and just to get ahead of this, because 4-goal lead in the first quarter is not what they need.
100%, yeah. Scott Carlin needs to just calm his boys down there, and maybe even chuck a Jaden Magro in there and try and win a cheeky clearance. As I think he's kicked that ball quite far, and might just get a new footy here as footyless here, which is not ideal. But as we know, these teams are both sitting 4th and 5th, and here we are, certainly not out of this finals race if they can get a couple huge wins leading into this season. And Waratahs, I think, are only 6 points ahead of them at the moment, and the way today's going, they'll get a bit of a lesson. So they want to pick their act together here, Waratah, and Nightcliff, we know how good they are when it comes season's end, and they're really showing why they're a big player this season, and they're definitely going to have a part in this premiership and definitely venture into finals. As we'll get back in the middle finally as we get another footy. And Waratahs are resting Arnold Kirby up forward. Not sure if that's the right move at the moment. And Nightcliff are probably going to win this again as Waratah gives it to Nyhouse, and he'll send it forward. Kennedy's there. It'll bounce over straight over his head. Waratahs might get a touch here. It's a great tackle by Nightcliff. And I think it's... Oh, and they haven't kicked another one, have they? I think they have through Polkinghorn. That is unreal. He's just kicked it off one step from about 40 metres out, and that makes 5 goals in this first 8 minutes, Janet. This is getting ugly.
Yeah, it definitely is getting ugly, but Tigers just clean with it. Wet weather footy, but all their big names are getting touches on it, and they're dominating the midfield at the moment. The way that they're delivering the footy into their forward line is giving their forwards the best opportunity possible, and they're really reaping the rewards of it.
100%. I reckon if they went for quarter time right now, the coach wouldn't have anything to say. It's just like you're just playing perfect footy. And yeah, and their pressure has been immense. Waratahs, as soon as they get the footy, they're just under immense pressure, so they're going to need to lift big time. As we're underway again, and Philo might win this one out. A little jumper hold. He still gets boot to ball. It's going to go forward. No mark there. Waratahs might win this one out finally as Waratah lays a big tackle, and Collis was putting a bit of elbow into his face, and I reckon it might get a few jumping in here. Yeah, geez, the frustration from Collis coming out. I reckon he's a bit angry at his midfield, and he's just given a bit of sugar to Nightcliff as the umpire does the right thing, gets it underway. Nightcliff have won it out of that clearance, and they're going to have a one-on-one here. Linky got hands to it, couldn't quite grab it though. Waratahs will finally exit and get the ball out of their defensive 50, their first clearance all day, I reckon. Yeah,
their first rebound of the day, so they're fixing up a couple of things that they've let slip through the fingers a little bit, and now they get a stoppage out in the wing.
Yeah, just a little bit of relief. Didn't come much of it, but at least even those little things will give them confidence, as you just said, Janet. And we'll toss this one back in, and on the far wing, I think Waratah forwards have come pretty far up just to make this a bit more of an even contest, as Polkinghorn gives hands inside there, and it's going to work out as they're going to go inside 50. It's a good kick. Linky had a fly and a jump, but it's going to land in the lap of Kennedy. He's going to chip it forward. I'm not sure if it was a pass or a goal, but it's going to be a goal either way. I'm not sure who it's going to go to. I think they're going to give it to Brett Kennedy, and that is fantastic play from the Nightcliff Tigers out there, and Waratah's sloppy defence has shone through again.
it's like they know who goes up and who stays down at the moment. Tigers just working so seamlessly together, and yeah, it's working out for them. They've kicked 6 straight to get this first quarter started, and Tars just nowhere to be seen at the moment.
Do you reckon it's a fact of Nightcliff just playing out of this world, or Waratahs haven't shown up, Janet, or a bit of mix?
Oh, it's still early. You never want to stamp a team out, but
Yeah,
at
true.
the moment, I think it's the battle of the midfield, and the midfielders in the Tigers are just winning and getting it out there a bit cleaner than the Tars.
100%, as Kirby's back in the ruck there, and he'll tap it forward to Tars' advantage. Shadforth comes steaming through, lost the footy while he was at it, as Nightcliff are going to go ahead here. A bit of a soccer there. Nothing really to come of that one. There's a bit of a one-on-one. Falkinghorn's diving on the footy. Might be pinged for holding the ball here, as he was tackled by Turnbull, but I think the umpire said, I'll have that one. And finally, it's not in Nightcliff's forward 50 after a centre clearance, as Kirby taps it over his back, but he's tapped it to Brody Follow, almost kicks Kirby in the head there, as Nightcliff are just bobbling about, and Waratahs will get a couple repeat stoppages, but I think they might get a holding the ball free kick here, which is the perfect thing they needed, and they have a chance to go inside 50 for the first time today after conceding 6 goals in the first 10 minutes, and it's a good kick there. And he's hit his teammate out there, Joel Stevens. Here goes quickly. Great smother by Parfitt. And Nightcliff might be out here as Politis has got a quick hands. It went to the voice of Philo. Won't work out. And Waratahs want to go forward here. Shadforth.
Great handball.
Off to Carlin, sorry. And that is a fantastic kick. Couldn't quite get to Zust. He's going to pick it up again. He's being tackled. Gets the handball out. I think the ball's trickled over, but that was much better from Waratahs there, Jenna.
Yeah, getting some of their big name players involved in Stevens and Carlin. Shadforth even got a touch in there as well. But they really want to get the ball down to Cody Zeus. We know how much of a goal kicker he's been in the last couple of weeks, so I think that's the game plan for Tars at the moment.
100%. Let's get the ball to him. He was unbelievable in the All-Stars game last weekend, I should say. There's a chance for Waratahs here, finally inside 50, but Nightcliff are going to work this one out. A little chip kick, it's a good one. It's going to go to Politis, but he's under immediate pressure. Cops a bit of a hit. It's a good handball, but he's going to get it back. That's a great work rate, and he's going to kick it forward there. He's looking for Falkinghorn, just a bit too tall for him. And Waratahs laying a lot of pressure. Sorry, Janet.
They've got players streaming towards goal at the moment, Nightcliff, so they're letting Tars just go off them.
Yeah, that's a great tackle there, and it's going to be rewarded. Fantastic tackle by Waratahs there, as that was Bailey George, and he's going to have it on the centre wing here, and hasn't really got much to go to, so I reckon this will end up being down the line, but it's a chip kick to his big man Kirby. It probably wasn't the right kick in the end, and it'll be a boundary throw in.
Yeah, this wind across this wing at the moment is so strong, so a little chip kicks like that is going to carry over. I would love to see that go down the line in those situations.
100%. We've seen how dangerous Nightcliff are with this strong breeze, so Waratah's got to be a bit smarter about that as the ball comes in there, and big Kirby gets in there and he gives a great handball out there that might work out here for Waratahs. They're working a few handballs through, but it's just the pressure from Nightcliff is still a bit too much for them, as it's going to work out for Nightcliff here, and they're going to go forward. And it's a good kick, and I think it might have been marked. No, just built by Nightcliff there. They might have a few crummers there, but Waratahs will exit. And I think that kick might find Withers. No, it won't. That is a fantastic kick. It's found Joel Stevens, who's been one of Waratah's better players, and he's hit Jaden Magro. He's going to go. He knows what Waratahs need here. He hits an absolute, it's a bit of a shank of a kick, and it won't really work out as it's sitting there at half forward. Nightcliff are flooding back. Another kick from Magro forward, but Nightcliff have the front spot, and Magro's going to lay another tackle, and just 3 or 4 fantastic efforts from Jaden Magro there. As we know, he's one that could lift Waratahs here, as they've had just a nightmare start to this Friday night. But they'll have a forward 50 stoppage here, see if they can make something of this. Brody Carroll gets up there, couldn't quite mark that one, as they're going to work it out here. Waratahs. Waratah comes steaming through, does brilliantly there. Parfitt, he'll give the handballs over the top, and the kick will go forward. Kennedy's going to go for this one, as players are flying everywhere. Dill Collis will end up with it, but there's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go Nightcliff's way. It's going to go to Brett Kennedy. I'm not sure what that one was for, but he's going to have a chance to kick this one inside 50. And he's hit his teammate. That's a beautiful kick, bit sloppy there by Waratahs, and I think it's landed in the lap of Boyd Bailey. And he's not wasting his time either. He's just going to line up and go for this one. We know how dangerous he is. He's been one of Nightcliff's better players this year, probably even a bit underrated for what he's contributed to their side, as he gives this one a fair roost. Oh, stop it. I think they've kicked another one, Janet. That is 7 goals straight in 15 minutes of footy in the first quarter. This is just a Nightcliff, just demolition right here.
Yeah, their first one off a rebound 50 as well. It happened right in front of us. Just clean with it and have multiple runners on each side every single time. So Tigers players know exactly where they each are, and just working better for them, just working seamlessly at the moment and working out. 7 straight goals to the Nightcliff Tigers on this Friday night.
It's unreal, and yeah, just as you said, just the work rate. They've just got so many numbers to the footy always, and Waratahs just look like they're second guessing themselves at the moment. And Ricky Nolan would definitely want to call a timeout right about now if that was possible. As we're underway again, Arnold Kirby putting a good stint in the ruck as he just completely misses his boot with that one. Goes for seconds of the Sockers that one, but it's going to be a free kick to Waratahs. I think it'll go the way of Scott Carlin. And he would want to show some leadership here. And he's second-guessing himself, the skipper. He doesn't know what to do. And then smothered by Brett Kennedy. But it can go wrong, will go wrong with the Waratahs, as they will just go very far forward. But looks like they might win this one out as they've got the numbers. But the boundary might even beat them as... that's a fantastic tackle there. The little things from Nightcliff they're just doing the little things a bit better, Janet, aren't they?
Yeah, just pressure is off the charts at the moment. That sums up the way that these guys have just been at every single contest, hitting everybody hard as they can, and a smother on the opposition captain like that is sure to make the rest of the players, inspired. So yeah, it's telling how much pressure these guys have got at the moment.
100%, yeah, very costly error from Scott Carlin then. As Nightcliff have another attacking chance in this forward 50, but Waratah's trying to ramp up the pressure. They're appealing for holding the ball on this one, but I don't think it'll come to fruition as we'll set up again. And I would say we'll be getting into red time, Janet, but I reckon there's about 5 or 6 minutes added on to this quarter after all these goals, as Linky's doing a bit of ruck work for the Nightcliff, and they're going to work the hands here. Parfitt's there, he sells a bit of candy, but that ball will be spilt out. Parfitt will get it again, handball inside, but the boundary has beat him, and the boundary umpire said that one went out of bounds, so we'll throw that one in. The wind still not going away, and Waratahs will be praying that the wind doesn't change going into the second quarter, because they want a bit of taste this win for their own, as Kirby's in there and he'll just grab that from the ruck, get a little handball out, probably should have just kicked it. As Waratahs, they've got a few players in there trying to get the footy. They will end up with it. It's big handball. Nighthouse does well there, a clever little touch. It'll work out. I think it's Joel Stevens. He's got it here, and he's going to kick it for Jaden Magros to his advantage. He should mark this one. That's probably front on contact. No, it was probably a fantastic spoil as Waratahs. They've still a chance here, but Nightcliff have rushed back, and they're going to clear this one. And it might work out here. It's landed in the lap of Peter Politis, and he is going to just hold this one up. He doesn't like what's coming at him. Gets told to hurry up. So we'll just kick this one straight in the air into the corridor, and that's a huge mark taken down there. Waratahs, unbelievable from Joel Hills, has taken the only highlight for Waratahs this quarter. That'll be in the highlight reel. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
How was that, Janet?
Yeah, clip that one. That'll definitely be repeat this weekend's media videos. But geez, the Tars are getting hurt here. Here they go inside 50.
But it'll be marked by Nightcliff, and yeah, that was one hell of a mark. I'm still a bit in awe of that. That was beautiful. He's hoping the photographer's got that one, Joel Hills, as we will get a 50-metre penalty for Nightcliff. I'm not sure what that one was for, but we'll get to the top of the 50. As Nathan Brown will have this one, the experienced defender for Nightcliff, and he's probably just going to slow this one up a bit. It's been a bit go this quarter, Nightcliff, so a bit of fatigue might be kicking in, but yeah, he's really going to slow this one up, and he'll go for a massive switch out there, and he's hit his teammate out there, and that's a great kick in the end, but I'm not sure where he'll go to from here. Will Montgomery, and he's hit another beautiful kick there, and I think he might have hit Boyd Bailey if I'm not mistaken, and he's on the wing. He's going to go pretty far back off the mark here.
Oh, he looks like he's lining up.
Yeah, he might even have a crack here. He's got a fair bit on it, but he's going to pull up short here. He's going to give his forwards a chance, and it's been marked down there. I think it's Brandon Parfitt. He's got it in the forward pocket, and just everything is just going right for the Nightcliff Tigers, Janet.
Oh, just great contest work. Brandon Parfitt stayed down while these big guys went up, and he just went for the snap around the body. out of bounds in the full, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just exactly what you need from your small forward, staying down and just landed on his lap at the end.
Yeah, well, they still haven't scored a behind yet, so I reckon they'll be pretty happy about that with their clean record. As Waratahs, they'll go for a little, I think they're just going to get a bit of a feel for the footy because they have not had that this quarter.
I think there's a 50.
Oh, is there? Oh, yeah, I think you're right, as all the players are charging forward. And this is a good chance for Waratahs to just keep a hold of the footy and maybe just snag a goal or two of their own before heading into the main break, as Turnbull's gone just to his pocket, and we know he's got a lot of leadership. Robbie Turnbull will go forward here, and it's a pretty good kick in the end, and I think it's going to work out. It's a great mark taken down there in the end by Jordan Watkins, and he's got a chance to kick this one on one inside 50, and doesn't really like what he's seeing as there's no player at full forward. They're all just sitting a half forward, and that could have been a great mark taken down there, but wasn't quite by Hillis. As Nightcliff are very close to the boundary here. It's Montgomery, he's given hands, but the boundary umpire said, you went out, mate, and we'll throw this one in. But Waratah's a bit of hands on the footy there, Janet. That's what they want.
Yeah, exactly. Just touch on the footy, but Tiger's not letting up in defence. So every time it's gone down there's Tigers playing, streaming down towards their players. So they're definitely running and playing both ways where the ball comes in now.
Yes, there's a little kick from Waratahs there, but it's not going to work out as it's landed in the lap of Nightcliff, and they've got numbers everywhere as Politis has finally ended up with it. And they're going to go forward here. They're going to look for Brett Kennedy. It's just in front of him. He might get hands to it, but it'll just get out of bounds. But every time they've got the footy, Janet, Nightcliff just looks so dangerous.
Yeah, they definitely have runners everywhere, and they're all willing to, sacrifice and run with each other. So it's looking good on the Nightcliff end, but Tar's just a little bit too slow to react to that rebound 50 as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Waratahs are just itching for that quarter time siren. They need a reset. If ever before, as I think Arnold Kirby's just, let's do that again, just whack that one straight over the boundary line and we'll get that going. But nonetheless, been a very entertaining game of football on this Friday night here at Nightcliff. Just goals galore, not so much for Waratahs, but for Nightcliff. And we're just getting started, and we know Ricky Nolan's is a mastermind, so he's definitely got another gear to go to for Waratahs as we get the ball, and even the boundary umpires will have trouble throwing in this wind as Kirby will get hands to that one. It's going to work out. It'll end up straight with Scott Carlin, but he's just fumbled it and the ball's out. I think it was thrown out by Nightcliff there. Umpire didn't see it. And it'll be kicked forward there by Montgomery, and Kennedy sitting under this one. Was he infringed with there? Umpire didn't think so. And Parfitt's just dancing around, shrugging tackles, and he's got a boot on goal. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good kick, but just didn't have the distance there. But Brendan Parfitt's been good this quarter, Janet.
Yeah, I wonder what his stats are at the moment, because he's had plenty of it and had a couple of opportunities early for goal as well, just hasn't got one yet.
Yeah, and they've missed him for the past couple of weeks, Brendan Parfitt, and still missing Wade Dirksen. So if they're both fit and firing come finals time, I don't think any team would want to play the Nightcliff Tigers. So Waratahs will bring this ball in as Harvey Roberts has it, and he's just not going to muck around with this one. He sends it straight down the line. A few flyers there for Waratahs. I think Hillis is in there. And he'll get it over to Carlin. He'll kick it on his left, and he's hit Jaden Magro perfectly. And he's going to mark it. He'll want to go back quickly. We know he loves to go. He fakes a little handball there, trying to get a 50, I reckon. As he's turned around on his left, and he sent that straight in the air, which is probably not ideal in this wind. Almost marked down there by Nightcliff as Shadford will pick that up. He couldn't quite take the footy with him though. And Nightcliff, they're going to go out again. So many numbers in the middle there as Falkinghorn's in there, but Scott Carlin's had a good couple of minutes and he'll get it inside 50, and it's just another mark by Nightcliff. And Montgomery, he'll chew this one up with his club, and he's just telling his players, yeah, we're just going to get to quarter time, lads. We're pretty happy with this performance. As he's just going to kick that one straight down the line, and that's a fantastic mark down there by Waratahs. Scott Carlin, he's really risen in these past couple of minutes. The captain, wearing number 0 for towards 0 round, as he's going to send this one straight in the air. And Zust was down there. He's had none of the footy today. Philo's down there. He's always clean with the footy. He does well there. Loops the handball over to Politis. He's had a lot of it on this wing. He's going to pick it up beautifully. Withers is on his hammer, but it's a big looping handball, and Politis is going to get it again. What a work rate. He's had a fantastic season. Gives the hands inside. It's going to work out here beautifully as Falkinghorn gives it off to Politis, and he's going to give it into Trawatha on the inside. He's going to send it inside 50, looking for Shea Linky. Can he mark it? No, not quite, but it's going to go out the back. He's taken high there. Has shrugged a few tackles. Has he kicked it? Oh, he's hit the post. That would have been some sort of goal from Nightcliff to finish the quarter.
Yeah, started down at half-back again. The rebound 50 started with Philo and, yeah, getting the big names involved again. Politis having a cracker first quarter, setting them up with Tars just coming in for their kick out here.
Yeah, what a work rate he's got, Peter Politis, as Brody Carroll's trying to get in there, as Arnold Kirby will give the handballs out wide, and it's a beautiful handball to Zach Withers, the young gun. He's going to go inside. It's a dangerous kick. It was just a bit too skinny there, and Nightcliff have got numbers as Nathan Brown is diving in there. And they're going to work it out as Politis has got the footy once again. A rubbish handball though to Brody Philo as he's under severe pressure. Philo will get it again under pressure from Shad Forth. He'll get it forward though, and it's a beautiful kick, and it's going to land in the lap of Cruz Falkinghorn. He's had a really good opening term as the siren will beat us, and that was pretty much as good as it gets from the Nightcliff Tigers. They're just sending a bit of a message here in this first quarter to the rest of the teams, and a very scary performance, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Tars have to go back. I wonder what Ricky Nolan's going to be telling his players at quarter time, just to get themselves a little bit going and inspire his boys a little bit, because Nightcliff Tigers just absolutely dominating in that first quarter.
Yep, and that was a fantastic opening term for the Nightcliff Tigers, and we will be back after this short break.
This weekend is towards Zero Road Safety Round.
Too many lives are lost on territory roads because of drink driving.
If you're heading out for a few drinks, plan how you'll get home safely.
Mates don't let mates drink and drive.
Line up a sober bob. It could be a mate, taxi, bus or someone else.
We all have a responsibility to make the right choices on our roads.
We are once again partnering with Road Safety to encourage safe road behaviours.
In this round, we'll wear zero Guernseys and yellow armbands to honour lives lost.
Each year, 42 people die and over 400 are seriously injured on territory roads.
No one should have to go through the pain of losing a loved one.
Look out for pedestrians, especially at night. Slow down and stay alert.
Play your part in reducing road trauma by making smart choices.
Let's drive like our lives are worth living.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. King for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
we're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
G'day and welcome back to Nightcliff Oval as we have an unbelievable start from Nightcliff as they're up 44-0 as they've kept Waratahs to a donut in that first term, and I don't think anyone was expecting that, Janet.
No, definitely not. With both sides sitting 4th and 5th at the moment, you'd think the game would be less of a big margin, but Tigers just absolutely come out smashing their midfield, absolutely dominating in Parfitt and Philo. Tars just don't have the answers at the moment. I wonder what Ricky Nolan said to them at first quarter just to get them going.
Yeah, it's interesting, and this round here is round 16 is in conjunction with the Towards Zero messaging, and it's a really important round as Towards Zero is just, as an AFL and NTFL community, I should say, sorry, we aim to create awareness for Towards Zero, aim to create and promote a safer road transport system where no person is killed or seriously injured in the Northern Territory roads, as we'll have both the captains, Ryan Nyhouse and Scott Carlin, wearing zero out there for this fantastic cause, and it's a great round that we look forward to every year, and Waratahs will be very disappointed that they haven't really done this round justice in the first quarter, with leaving themselves with nothing to show for in that first term, but looks like we're going to get underway here pretty soon, and Nightcliff with just the perfect start, and I think this is Waratah's worst nightmare here as the wind starts to die off. And that was what gave Nightcliff their huge advantage, was the wind in that going to that end, so it'll be interesting here as we're going to get underway, and Arnold Kirby's in the ruck. He goes straight for the body there, and it's a good tap out there, just looking for Cody Zust, who's having a stint in the midfield there, and Nightcliff, it's not going to work out for them as Falkinghorn does really well. It's going to land in the lap of Politas a bit short. Under tackle from Collis, beautiful handball to Waratah. He's going to go forward and it's going to land in the lap of Boyd Bailey. I think the umpire said it was a half volley, but it'll be a ball up, and it's a hold in the ball. Geez, Nightcliff will be hard done by there, but Waratahs needed that. That'd be, I think it's going to go Nightcliff's way. My apologies. It was holding the ball, and Nightcliff are going to have a shot on goal here, Janet.
Yeah, great call by the umpire. Might be a little bit controversial if you're a Waratah, but yeah, had plenty of opportunity to get rid of that. And Nightcliff now get another shot on goal early on in the second quarter.
Yeah, Jack Perris will line up from about 50 out on a bit of an angle here. This will take his best with a bit of wind to fight. But the way they've been kicking him today, you wouldn't count him out, as he's going to put that one skinny, and I reckon that one has just snuck through for a minor score. And another quick start from Nightcliff, and I think Robbie Turnbull will take this kick in, and Arnold Kirby screaming for it on the wing, and he's not even looking at him, and the big fella's all on his own as he finally just hits inside to Dill Collis, and that's a pretty good kick, and he's going to give a handball back to Turnbull. It'll work out though, he's right through the middle and he's just smashed that one straight through the corridor, as I think that's Brody Carroll. He's ended up with that one, and he's going to kick that straight in the air. No one really there. Great spoil there from Nyhouse. And I think Perris is in there, and it's going to be cleared there. It's out to numbers here as Falkinghorn. He couldn't quite pick it up on the first go. He's going to have a second go. He's under a bit of pressure though. He gets it forward there as Linky's got it, and he's screaming for it. A lot of heat from Arnold Kirby there, and it'll go out of bounds, and I think that's what Waratahs need here, a bit of physicality on Nightcliff.
Yeah, they've definitely come out firing in the second quarter. I just want to go straight through the middle, but yeah, their big guys definitely chucking a couple of big hits, which is might be a little bit heat in the game, but just if it gets anybody firing, hopefully Atars here they are just umpires having a discussion on see if it was a ball up or somebody's free kick.
Yeah, it definitely came off his knee. That wasn't out in the full. And Shay Linky knew what he was doing. He tried to claim it before the umpires wanted to make a decision, but the ball will come in right in front of us, and Arnold Kirby's going to win there. We know how dangerous he is in boundary throw-ins, but he'll lose that one as the ball's bubbling about. Carlin will be there first. He'll give the handball to Joel Hills, and he's going to give it off. He's gone out wide, and I think he's found Brodie Carroll. There's a few players going in. A great contest there as both players just had eyes for the footy, but Nightcliff have socketed forward here. There's a chance. It's a rubbish handball. Kennedy's in there, and it's going to be put on boot here. It might be a goal, but no, it's just gone to the right there. But Nightcliff's still looking ever so dangerous as I think Robbie Turnbull will come. Oh, sorry, Dill Collis is going to take this kick in. Brodie Carroll's screaming for it. He's not at the best of kicks, but he'll still get it nonetheless. And Politis will not to go there, but he's dreaming. If Collis wants it back, it would have been a very silly handball to give off, though, as he lets to ignore it, as everyone calling for it, and no mark taken there by Zust, but we'll get another boundary throw in, and still just Nightcliff are just dominating the territory, Janet.
Yeah, just going to be a little bit cleaner with it, Tars, as the wind is coming back, as you can hear through our mics. Just use that to their advantage this quarter, see if they can get a couple of just territory footy, just boot it forward at the moment, because at the moment pressure from the Nightcliff Tigers is just through the roof.
Yeah, they've struggled to just deal with that pressure, especially in that first time. They were just struggling as Kirby got a little tap there, but it didn't really work out as players are just charging in for that footy. Parfitt's in there as always, as Hills just charged in there, and he's going to just take that tackle from Waratah, and we'll get another ball up on this just half forward flank of the Nightcliff Tigers as the wind really starts to pick up in Waratah's favour. The hands will be worked through. Philo's in there, and it's a holding the man free kick. It'll go Waratah's way. I'm not sure if that one was there, but it's going to go the way of Scott Carlin, the captain, wearing the number 0 for this towards 0 round. And he's going to go backwards here. I'm not sure if that was a great decision, as Harvey Roberts has it, and he's going to go inside. It's a great kick to Clay Shadforth, actually, and he's going to go quickly. He's found something he likes, and it's a beautiful kick out there, and this is a good chance for Waratah here, as Zust has got it. He's going to kick it inside 50. We know how good a kick he is, but it's just going to fall short there, and I think the boundary will beat them all. But finally, Waratahs look like scoring there, Jenna.
Yeah, finally, just a little bit of heat of the pressure at the moment that the Tigers are applying, and just a couple of kick marks just to steer the ship a little bit for Tars, and now they get a forward 50 stoppage is exactly where they want to be at the moment, just to get their first goal down there, and yeah, exactly where they want to be.
Yeah, but hopefully they can keep it in there for a bit, and Nightcliff don't just go end-to-end as they've done a couple times tonight. As I don't think much will come from this throw, and as Zust will just push his player right over the boundary line. That was a bit dangerous there. As Jonathan Lanyon copped a bit of sugar, and as the Waratahs' frustration starting to build out, as they're still on the big old donut, which Ricky Nolan would just be absolutely seething at. And we'll get this ball back in here, but I think the ball's gone over the fence there as we finally found it. Waratah's in a good spot, as Janet just said, and finally a place where they can score, and hopefully they can set this defensive wall up. Hopefully they get Robert Turnbull barking communications out there, as they're going to have a chance here, and Shadforth is lurking out the back. We know he's got a set of wheels here, and nothing will come of this one as we'll get a ball up here, and just a bit of a stoppage central here, and a bit different to the first quarter where it was just go, 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 Janet.
Yeah, that's exactly where they want to be at the moment. No pressure off the ball, and here goes Tigers now.
Politis gets a little bit of an average kick away. Nothing much comes of it, and we'll get another stoppage as Waratahs are screaming for holding the ball, and I think they might have gotten it. I think they have. I'm not sure whose way that is going, but they're going to have a shot on goal here, and this is exactly what they wanted. And it's about 35 metres out here for Lucas Gray, and he's been pretty good today. We know he's got a set of wheels on him, and the wind's changing every few seconds though, so it's very hard to read here. He's probably going to have to stab at this one a little bit. You don't want to float it in the air, because that'll just send it every which way, and he's going to come in here. I reckon we'll get a pretty big cheer from Waratahs if they can finally get their first one on the board. He's going to come in here. The kick looks pretty good, and finally Waratahs have gotten on the scoreboard, and it's the first 6-pointer for them for the night, and they finally get that monkey off the back, and yeah, the relief would be crazy for them right now, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. The Tars boys just pestering at the goals and finally got one after a couple of stoppages. So, yeah, credit to them, the way that they were playing footy the last 2 minutes. But just got to be consistent now. Got to win it out of the midfield, as we know, as the Tigers in midfield have been dominating tonight.
We know how fast-paced NTFL footy is, so a 40-point margin is not what it's like down south. So Nightcliff wouldn't feel very safe with this margin just yet, but still a lot of work to do for the Waratahs, as I think they're sorting out a bit of a 6-6-6, but nothing to come to fruition as Kirby's in there. He's used his body well all night, but his taps have not really been to advantage, as Nightcliff's midfield has been well on top, as they'll get the free kick here. Waratahs, as Hutchins, he's going to go to the other side, which is an interesting kick. He's tried to find his big man Kirby, but he got hands to it, couldn't mark it. Nightcliff could be out here. Hands to follow. He just slams it on the boot. It goes nowhere. A few players flying for this one. Waratah comes steaming in like he always does. And then I'll end up with Nightcliff, but he'll be wrapped up immediately and we'll get a ball up. But a bit of a better attitude. I think Rick Nolan's spray or whatever he said to his players might have worked a bit, Janet. Yeah, the momentum for the Tigers have definitely slowed down, and Tars look like they're touching the footy a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see the next this quarter play out here as Tigers go. Oh, big hit
bodies
there
in
Kirby.
there.
That's what Waratahs want. They need to get their physicality up. They were bullied in that first term. The ball just won't stay still. I reckon Zeus has just absolutely whacked that out of mid-air. That's quite the kick. Just fully karate kicked it, and that's gone a fair while, but as the boundary line has beaten everyone, and we've had a fair few stoppages in this second term here, but I think we'll get a stoppage, yes, as we'll get it in there, and it's been a difficult night for the boundary umpires as well. This wind will be not ideal for them, so if the throws seem a bit short, I'm sure it's not them, I'm sure it's the wind, as we'll get this one back underway. And Kirby's put a massive stint in for the Tars tonight, and working very hard. The ball will go to the boundary line, but Parfitt will get there, but the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go Waratahs. They finally get their rub of the green this quarter, and it's going to go down to Joel Hillis, who took that absolutely huge mark in the first term, which was be on plenty of highlight reels, and he's gone to the pocket there, and nothing will come to that kick, but probably want to be a bit more daring inside 50, Janet. Yeah, definitely, but it doesn't have to be pretty. Just got to get it down there. Tars look like they want to play that territory football, not state intended, but like you know, get up the ground a little bit more, because it doesn't always have to be pretty. It just got to gain some momentum here and take it back from Tigers. And this is exactly where they want to be in their forward half as the ball goes up. Yeah, forward half footy is the way you want to play. As Waratahs have worked a few handballs through there, but that Nightcliff pressure's still there. They're going to have a shot on goal here, and I think that might go through. The moment that is a fantastic start for Waratahs in this third term. And I think it was Riley Hutchins who's just snapped it on his right boot. Yes, it was, and that's a fantastic goal for Waratahs. And all of a sudden, it's only 34 points, yeah. Janet, but still a lot, but baby steps. Yeah, it's definitely shifted. The ball in the Tars' hands at the moment, making something out of it, and just, yeah, nothing doesn't have to be pretty. Cody Zoo's just popping it on the boot any kind of way, and getting it down to their forward line, and giving their forwards just a little bit of opportunity, and it'll go a long way as we go back into the midfield here. Without a doubt, Janet, you can't score if you're in the back half, so if it's in your forward 50, you'll get one eventually, and that was a fantastic finish down there by Hutchins. As we'll get underway here as Waratahs just showing what they're, just a much better performance in this second quarter early on already. As Waratah's going to get onto this one. We know how much of a midfield bully he is, but couldn't quite get his hands on it, as Zust is going to just kick that one out. It's going to bounce over the top of some players, and he's tackled immediately, but nothing really to come there for Waratahs, but they're actually getting a bit of hands on it in the midfield, which is exactly what they needed, because they were absolutely slaughtered in that first quarter. It's right on their 50-metre line for their half forwards, and this is a dangerous spot to be. Potential hold there. No, Kirby's got it. He's going to get a kick forward, but it's very average. Magro's running onto this one. We know how dangerous he can be. And I think there's going to be a shot on goal there from the boundary line. This will take a miracle. Oh, and it's hit the post. That was almost goal of the year there, but didn't quite work out. But they're getting more chances, Janet, which is exactly what they needed. And Nightcliff will take another kick in. They might even want to slow this up a bit. They haven't had much of the footy in their hands in the last 5 or 10 minutes, so they'll probably just want to keep the footy for a bit. They've still got a very, very healthy margin. So definitely not panic stations, as they'll go straight down the line. A few players got hands to that one. No mark taken as Parfitt's there, and he'll slam it on his left boot. And a very courageous mark taken by Brett Kennedy, and he's going to go straight away. He's gone forward. There's runners everywhere for Nightcliff, as they're going to come across here. Waratahs, and they've defended well. He's done brilliantly there as Harvey Roberts.
That might be taking the legs out.
And they're going to get into it, but Waratahs are going to go, and that's the right idea, as Nightcliff are a bit distracted, as they're still going to go for it back there. But Joel Hillis is down there, and he's going to kick it long. And did Nightcliff get hands to that? That might be a goal. That is a fantastic goal from Waratahs, and they're going to be kicked 3 goals early, as there was a bit of heat down there in the forward 50. But anyway, Joel Hillis has kicked his first goal, and he's gone along with that huge mark, and that's a great second term so far from Waratahs here, Janet.
Yeah, Tars now get their rebound 50 goal. Yeah, just caught napping down there. Would rather get on the ground and throw a couple instead of looking for the rebound. So smart by Tars just to play on and go straight through the middle of the guts and just kicked it and use that win we've been talking about all day. And yeah, they're third for this quarter. Well done, Tars.
It was fantastic by Harvey Roberts down there as well. He cut that ball off there, and Nightcliff would have probably walked into a certain goal, so can't let my fellow defenders go unnoticed, as the umpire Josh Cooper will get this one underway again. As Arnold Kirby, I reckon he's had one rest all night tonight, I should say, as he has been an absolute workhorse for Waratahs in the ruck, and been a long time Waratahs legend, as he's back in there and won't win this one out. But Nightcliff will clear that. I think it was through Bailey, but Waratah's defence is right there, as Emboscado will wrap him right up, and we'll get another ball up. But no easy touches for Nightcliff so far, Janet, which is what they needed.
Yeah, the pressure's definitely dialed up a little bit on the Tars end, and they're at the ball, at the person with the footy every single time. So here they go again, getting down and dirty.
So what they want to do is Kennedy just does a little spin move, gives the hands. It's ended up with Politis. He's thrown it on the check side. That'd be some goal, but didn't quite come out as I think it's gone just through for a minor score. And Waratahs grabbing the spare footy, and they're ready to go. They're feeling good about themselves all of a sudden, and those 3 goals in their second term are definitely the reason for it, as they're going to go inside. It's a dangerous kick, and Hills couldn't quite pick that one up, or he'll get a stoppage, but it just shows the confidence of Waratahs at the moment. They just want to go, 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 Janet.
Yeah, definitely. It's exactly the way Tigers came out in the first quarter as well, so a bit of a momentum shift in the Tars' favour.
Yeah, as Nightcliff in a dangerous position here. The ball's gotten out the back as Roberts is in there again. He's been good for Waratahs tonight, and he's going to get a free kick for, I reckon, a little jumper tug. Yes, he will, as there's a couple players on for the switch. Kirby's made himself all the way down at fullback. He's just loving his time out there tonight, and he'll get his nice easy touch. He's earned them tonight, so he's definitely in a little cheapie there as he's directing his team. And Roberts wants it again, and he'll get it as... Oh, he's dropped it. It's a bit of a silly error there, but he should be okay. As Kennedy's lying the pressure, he'll give it to Kirby, and he's been chased down, and that is a fantastic tackle from Brandon Parfitt, all too casual from Waratah, and he's going to have a shot on goal. That is the last thing they needed, Janet, with the momentum they have.
Oh, just a little bit too casual coming out of defence, and if you're the last line of defence, you cannot be doing that, especially if Brendan Parfitt's lurking. You know, the premiership player for the Cats, and probably Tigers' best player of the night tonight, so he gets a pretty good look at it here. We got a perfect view of his angle. Wouldn't put it past him if this goes through, but I don't want to curse him just yet.
Yeah, don't do that. I've been called for it many times. He's kicking against the wind, and it looks pretty good, and he's celebrating. I thought that missed, but I think he's kicked that straight through the middle, and that is a fantastic goal from Brandon Parfitt. He's having a splendid night, and that is a perfect goal for Nightcliff, as Waratahs will come in there, and they're just going to keep their healthy margin, and that's exactly what they needed, and just all too casual from Waratah's defence there.
Yeah, well done, Brendan Parfitt and the Tigers, as they look to reset in the midfield. They had to stop that momentum that the Tars were kind of gaining on them in that last little 5-minute spurt of the game. But yeah, as we all know, we can never, strike the Tigers out as they go back into the midfield for another ball up.
Yes, and that'd be a bit of a coach killer for Ricky Nolan. His team was playing so well, and then just a silly drop mark by Harvey Roberts, I should say, and then all too casual with Arnold Kirby, and then he was run down, and all when they had all the momentum. But we'll get back underway here, and nothing will really happen from this stoppage as players coming in everywhere. Kirby, quick handball out to Withers, and he decides to just left hook the ball as it'll end up with Philo, and he'll dump it inside 50 as Emboscado's going to have the best jump at this one. He takes a good mark there, the young defender.
Great defensive mark.
Yeah, and he just read that flight of the ball beautifully, and that's a pretty good kick, but it didn't get there quick enough as Nightcliff have got the numbers here. Waratah's pressure's there. They go for a jumping smother for a handball as Perez will give it on the outside to Philo. We now have a good user. He hits Politis, and he's got a chance to go inside 50. And that kick looked good, but it was just a bit too much down there. But Nightcliff looked very dangerous then.
Yeah, definitely. He had plenty of options to, with players in the Tigers forward half just screaming for it. Opted to go in the pocket, but just a little bit too much on that one. But they do get a forward 50 stop, which is exactly where they want to be, Tigers. And Philo just lurking at the back here. If I had three-time Nichols medalists sitting at the back of a forward half stoppage, I would be on that guy.
Yeah, I reckon Ricky Nolan's screaming at him as Kennedy's going to have a shot on goal. He's kicked a couple from here, but that one will just be near side. And we know how dangerous Nightcliff are from forward stoppages. They've kicked a few goals from them tonight, and you wouldn't count out Brett Kennedy from there. So Harvey Roberts will take the kick in. Other than that drop mark, he's been very good tonight for Waratah. He's been very reliable. He's going to go for a little bit of a jog. Doesn't really know what he's going to do with it, and he's done a rubbish kick there. It was a great attack on the footy there, and it might work out as Philo just hands out a massive stiff arm, and Waratahs, they work the handball through, and they might be out here. But, the handball's just missed, but they're just going to keep the ball surging forward, just forward footy, and it's going to work out here as they're going to get inside 50, but there is absolutely no one there. It is just, there's an acre of space, and the ball will finally beat the boundary line, but I think that's what they need to do, Janet, is just forward at times.
Yeah, just surge footy at the moment. With the way that the Tigers are setting up at the moment, they're man on, and they've got high pressure, and they're hitting body every single time. So here they go on the rebound 50. With runners everywhere.
They do, and I think it's Perez has ended up with it, and they've been good on this wing, and he's hit Shea Linky, and he's a bit far from home, so not a fantastic target to kick to down there at the moment, as Kennedy's the deepest one. He's just having a look and doesn't really like what he's seeing, as he's going to chip that one inside, and he's found Boyd Bailey, and he'll have a chance to go forward as the wind's really picked up once again, and this time not in Nightcliff's favour, and he's hit Politis, who's just been absolutely everywhere in this first quarter and a half, and just backing up his fantastic season, and he'll go forward, and Shea Linky's made his way down there, but the ball was just a bit under him as Nightcliff will work this one out, and Shea Linky's there. He's going to have get a kick away, but he was under a lot of pressure. It's spilt down there, and the ball finally goes dead, but Shea Linky, I don't think it's Linky, but a Nightcliff player's just grabbing his head there, and might have copped a bit of a head clash. It is Shea Linky, sorry.
Yeah, holding on to his head a little bit after that clash. Might need somebody to go check on him.
I think it might have been with Robert Turnbull, as they're both looking a bit ginger, but nonetheless they'll get back up and get in there. As very high to throw in, it was a pretty good one as Nightcliff are there, but plenty of Waratah numbers, and they'll clear this one out to a 2-on-3 in Nightcliff's favour. The bounce doesn't really suit anyone. And Waratahs will work this one towards the boundary. I think both teams are happy with the throw in here. The ball refuses to go out, as finally it'll go out due to Karoparis, and we'll get a throw in right in front of us. And been a pretty even quarter in the second quarter. Probably Waratahs just taken a bit more chances, but we know what Nightcliff did in that first quarter, so Waratahs will be chasing tail for most of this game, you'd imagine. And Arnold Kirby's finally getting a rest out of the ruck as get in there, and I think Politis is going, and then Scotty Carlin will get a check side. It's landed with Shadforth, a beautiful half volley pickup. He'll turn around and slam that one on the boot, and it's going to be a good kick. It's Kirby down there at full forward. Can he get that footy? He couldn't, as Waratahs are getting their runners everywhere. But Nightcliff will exit. It's not the greatest of kicks, but it'll sit out in front of them, so they'll have a bit of an advantage. I think it might be Brody Philo. And he had that for a bit, but no holding the ball, said the umpire. And we'll get a throw in as we get to the 21st minute mark, and you are watching the AFL NT's coverage of the 2025-2026 season on NT News and Community TV, I should say, as we're back underway through a stoppage here, and just players just throwing themselves at the footy like they have all night, and we'll get another stoppage, and Waratah, I think both teams will be happy with half-time here, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Both sides definitely dialed up the pressure in this second quarter, so not much clean disposals, but yeah, the footy's just going everywhere at the moment, with Tars getting another inside 50.
And it might even be a bit of a shot on goal, but it's just gone skinny. That would have been a remarkable goal there, but won't work out, as both teams have looked just so dangerous from forward 50 stoppages tonight. And I reckon Nightcliff will slow this one up through a kick in, as Glover will take this one, and he's not in a real hurry, and I reckon he'll just send this one down the line as he does. He saw something he liked, and it's missed everyone, and it's just landed in the lap there, and Nightcliff will go forward, but Waratahs are set very well up down there as Barty, the vice captain, he's going to go for a run here, and he wants it back, but they're working the handball well here as Barty will get it back, but no, not quite. Parfitt just steals that one off him as he's been just fantastic tonight. And Nightcliff have got the footy here, and they'll go inside, and it's a good kick. I think it might be Politis, it is. And he's just racked up the footy as well. As they're not in a real hurry as they want to get to half-time here, because they're still happy with their margin, but they're going to go as Politis has just gotten so many handball receives tonight, but that is a bit of an average kick as it's just gone into orbit and down as... But not going to work out. No one will mark it. The ball comes out the back. It's a dangerous position for Nightcliff. And I reckon the ball will have this one. And yeah, look, bit of fatigue starting to kick in, I think, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams will just not want to concede a score here as a halftime siren sounds.
Yes, it was an improved quarter from Waratah, but still a lot of work to do as we have 3 goals 2, 20 to Waratah, 8 goals 6, 54 to Nightcliff. Still a 34-point margin, but it's improved from 44 at the quarter time break. And your goal kickers so far at the half for Nightcliff, we had Cruz Polkinghorn with 1, Jonathan Lanyon with 1, Brett Kennedy with 1, we had Shay Linky with 2, Brandon Parfitt had 1, Marley McGregor with 1, and Boyd Bailey. And then your Waratah's goal kickers, Joel Hillis with 1, Ryan Hutchins with 1, and Lucas Gray with 1. Goal kickers all over. That brings us half time here at the NTFL. Nightcliff versus Waratahs, and we'll see you after the main break.
This weekend is Towards Zero Road Safety Round.
Too many lives are lost on territory roads because of drink driving.
If you're heading out for a few drinks, plan how you'll get home safely.
Mates don't let mates drink and drive.
Line up a sober bob. It could be a mate, taxi, bus or someone else.
We all have a responsibility to make the right choices on our roads.
We are once again partnering with Road Safety to encourage safe road behaviours.
In this round, we'll wear 0 Guernseys and yellow armbands to honour lives lost.
Each year, 42 people die and over 400 are seriously injured on territory roads.
No one should have to go through the pain of losing a loved one.
Look out for pedestrians, especially at night. Slow down and stay alert.
Play your part in reducing road trauma by making smart choices.
Let's drive like our lives are worth living.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top-end footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
G'day and welcome back to the NTFL season 25-26 as we have Nightcliff taking on Waratah down here at Nightcliff Oval, and it's been a pretty commanding half from the Nightcliff Tigers, especially in that first term, really getting up. And Janet, your thoughts on this one so far?
Yeah, Nightcliff definitely came out firing in the first half to kick the first 7 of the match, with no score by the Tars until the second quarter. But the Tars have arm wrestled themselves back into this game, so we've definitely got a game on our hands. We just saw the Tars boys in front of us getting together, and they look like they're definitely in good spirits and definitely want to put this, this game against these Tigers. Definitely in hot form at the moment.
100%, yeah. And it was just that one moment down in that back pocket where Kirby and Roberts just couldn't work it out between themselves and cost themselves a goal. And they were kicking 3 goals in a row at that one point, and I'm sure they're still kicking themselves for it. But we know that they can score quickly, and they scored 3 goals in about 8 minutes, I reckon, in that second term. So they can get a couple early here, you never know. And as you said, they were in pretty high spirits, but both teams know what's at stake here, as I reckon we've got a bit of a finals preview. I reckon these two teams could meet in round 1 of the finals, which would be awesome. But as the umpires doing their final checks for 666, and I think we're all clear as we're about to get underway, as Arnold Kirby will go on the ruck again, who I think has been instrumental tonight for Waratahs, really putting his team on his back as he gets in there again. But this one will go the way of Nightcliff, but there's a whistle there, and I'm not sure what that one's for. I think it'll go Scotty Carlin's way. Might have had a jumper hold as he'll chip that kick right onto the chest of Jaden Magro, and he was going at that 1,000,000 miles an hour. And he's going to want to go quickly, as he always does, and we'll go deep there. There's a few forwards lurking, almost a great mark taken down there. There's a quick kick there, and it's a goal for Waratahs. The perfect goal, perfect start, I should say, and I think it might have been his second goal there through Lucas Gray. Am I correct there, Janet?
Yeah, definitely Lucas Gray. He celebrated getting his teammates involved up and about. But yeah, definitely started with the captain, Scotty Carlin, just to get that free kick in the middle and hit up his teammate in Margrove. Well done by Tars. Great start. Just got to keep that momentum going. Seems like they had a great break at the big break and came back really wanting to arm wrestle themselves back into this game.
For sure. Ricky Nolan would have had a good chat to him, and yeah, we just said they could score quickly, and they just did that. Just ticked over a minute, and they've already got one on the board. So still plenty of ground to make up, but not out of this contest just yet, Waratahs, as we'll get underway. But Waratah will win this clearance, but that's a strange kick as he's just kicked that one along the ground. But it'll work out as Philo picks it up beautifully and just slams it on that massive boot that he's got. Linky was in there, couldn't quite grab that one. The hands will come out the back as Roberts will chip that one out wide. Is it out on the full? No, not quite, and we'll get a throw in. But hot start early as both teams have just been ferocious at the contest tonight, Janet.
Yeah, definitely been a game of midfielders tonight, and both sides just going at it hard. The big names, Philo, Joel Stevens, Brennan Parfitt even, getting early touches early, but they've just been super consistent. And Brody Philo had that inside 50 just before, getting involved early in the second half as well.
So we're back underway here. Waratah's trying to work it out, but nothing clean will come. But Nightcliff are out the back here, and Waratah's got it, and he's absolutely smashed in a tackle, but it's come all the way back to Ryan Nyhouse, and he's gone for a switch kick. That is an unbelievable kick. That is Spider-Man vision as they're going at it in the middle. I'm not sure what that's about. Play's going on. It's going to go to full forward. No mark taken as Kennedy's there on the boundary line. He's thrown it on the boot, but that won't work out, and there's the little scuffle in the middle's broken up, but some heat in this one as well, Janet.
Yeah, there's been a couple of moments like that, but play must go on, and Tigers again had another inside 50, so just got to be awake to it. The game still is happening around you, so little things like that just got to not be involved as Kirby has the ball and switches it to the other side, and Tigers are on now.
Yes, as Waratah are out here, and Gray's there. No, it's all right. Lucas Gray's done brilliantly there, but he's tackled. Is that going to be holding the ball? I don't think he got booed to it. Umpire says no. Someone has come in and absolutely clobbered. I reckon it might be Emboscado. It is, and it was Brandon Parfitt. We know how fast he comes in. That was a bit of a sloppy tackle. As the ball's come to half forward, play is just not going to stop tonight. And Shadforth spins out of it, gives a handball beautifully out to Zeus. And Magro gives the ball inside, back to Shadforth. He gives a handball over his head, and Lucas Gray's got it again. Couldn't he? Oh, that would have been a fantastic start for Waratahs again, but that one will just go to the right, and we'll get a minor score for Nightcliff as the heat is just ramping up here in this third term. Both teams have come out with a serious point to prove, and Nightcliff are just going to go straight up the guts, and it's a beautiful kick, and Boyd Bailey's just going to sit under this one and mark that one. It's just sloppy from Waratahs there. And they're going to go, and Brett Kennedy's got an absolute paddock, as Janet's just called, and he's going to chip it over the top, and that's a pretty good kick, and I reckon it's marked there. I think it might be Shay Linky. No, it's not. My apologies.
Zach Dirksen.
That has landed in the lap of Zach Dirksen, the younger brother of Wade Dirksen, and he's going to have a shot on goal there, and that was fantastic play from Nightcliff, but pretty sloppy defending from Waratahs. They had the whole far wing to themselves there, so Zach Dirksen will line up. It's definitely not an easy shot on goal. We know he can kick a footy. He's going to take his time, and I reckon the wind's blowing against him here, so not an ideal place to kick it. He'll have a lot of support though, as the Nightcliff Sporto is just right there, and they'll be cheering him on for this one. He's got it, kicked it straight across the face, and I reckon it's had a bit much on it, and yes, the umpire will call that out in the full. I reckon he thought the wind would do a lot more than it did then. Waratahs will work this one out as Brody Ambascado is going to have this ball in the back pocket, and he just took a massive hit from Brandon Parfitt, so credit to him for getting up like nothing happened. And yeah, that one's going to go. We've had a few of them tonight, but it's when the ball hits the ground is when the dabbage happens, as Nightcliff have gotten first to the footy, but nothing to happen there as Waratahs are there, and we'll get a ball up, I think, as we've just had another stoppage, and I think both teams just want to hold this one up for a bit. As Kirby's going to get in there and he'll wrestle like he has all night. And yeah, we've had a few of these passages in play, about 3 minutes each of just stoppages and stoppages. There's a bit of a push and shove going on there as both teams letting them know they don't like each other. The battle of the beaches, as Zeus has gotten a ball there, but that kick went straight sideways and really didn't go anywhere, as Waratahs are trying to battle in there, but they're right on the boundary line here, and I reckon we'll get this one again to be balled up, and it might have gone over. No, we'll get a throw in right on the boundary line. I reckon Magro might hit this one right over. No, not quite, as neither team can get clean possessions of the footy here, which is not great to watch for us, Janet. It was right on the other side, but both teams will be happy with a bit of breath of fresh air.
Yeah, the Bulls definitely spent a lot of time on the ground, but as we know, it's rained here in Nightcliff all afternoon, so a bit of water on the footy at the moment, so no one really picking it up cleanly as Tars are on their way here.
Yeah, but Nightcliff intercepted it well, and they'll go forward here, but it's marked well. It's marked down there well. He was in a great spot there with Montgomery. He's just sent it forward, almost a great mark there from Waratahs, but they'll clear it here. But all Nightcliff, I think it might be Parfitt down there. It is. He's got another possession of the footy. He wants a 50. He won't get that one, and he's going to get the handball out wide. And it's a long, deep kick into his dangerous forward line, but that is a very solid mark taken there. It's landed in the lap of Dill Collis, who's had a pretty good game himself so far, as he's a good kick inside here and there. Ready to springboard and attack here. He gives the handball off. I think it's back to Collis, or it might be Brody Carroll, and he's gone. Oh, that's a fantastic kick. Might almost be kick of the night there, as he said Kenner, and he's going to go forward. I'm not sure what that kick's trying to achieve. There's players there. It might work out, but Nightcliff are defending, and they'll clear this one. They'll run along the boundary line and get it out. But it's going to come straight back, as Waratahs have set that wall up beautifully, and it's in Kenner's hands again, who's taken a couple of great marks, but that kick was pretty average, as that has just landed in the hands of Lanyon, and he's going to go inside. It's a fantastic kick. It's gone through the hands of Linky. He's shrugging a few tackles like no tomorrow. Gives an absolute loopy handball over the top as Falkinghorn gets there. Gives the handball off the ground. Now it's out wide to Waratah. They're making something out of nothing here, the Nightcliff Tigers, and they're going to go wide, but this ball's probably going to be too wide and trickle out of bounds. But you wouldn't really know it's been raining here all day, Janet, because the footy has been pretty high quality.
Yeah, definitely. The skills on both sides have been on show tonight. However, the last couple of minutes has been on the ground, so it is getting a little bit dewy outside, out there, and no one really hanging on to the footy at the moment.
27 points the margins, 8 minutes into this third term. Still plenty of footy left in this one, so don't go anywhere as we get this one in, and Arnold Kirby's just going to say that's my footy and just grab it out of the ruck, gets a kick forward, and they've got some runners here, and it's going to work out really well for them. And a few players fly, couldn't be quite marked there by Kenner. And taken high there, no, not apparently. Joel Stevens has got that, he's just shown his hard work. And Magro, was he pushed in the back there? The umpire doesn't think so. Lucas Gray is steaming onto this one, putting Brody Philo under all sorts of pressure. He's done well, can he kick it off the deck? He can, he's kicked an absolutely fantastic goal as Lucas Gray just worked hard all day, and he's kicked his third, and he is quietly becoming Waratah's one of their best tonight, Janet.
Yeah, he was lurking for it, but he's had a couple of great moments tonight, just putting pressure on the Tigers' back line and a reward for effort from the sequence of events up the ground a little bit. But, he's been brilliant tonight, Leo, and somebody's got to be on him because he's starting to come alive in the second half.
Yeah, he had no right to make that his footy, and he's just steamed after that one and pushed his opponent off the ball and just soccer kicked that one through. That is, I reckon that's almost goal of the night for mine, and that is an exact goal that will get Waratahs up and about, as it's only 21 points now, Janet, and they're 4 goals away from hitting the front, as this game is far from over, and Brennan Parfitt's given Scotty Carlin a bit of sugar, just letting him know he's there, and we know how physical he is and know how hard he goes in for that footy, as Kirby gets up in the ruck again and taken high there, was he? No, apparently not. Parfitt gets the hands to Politis, and he tried to do a couple of things, but he's just barreled that one forward and almost a one-headed mark down there, but he's going to pick it up and kick a goal. That is fantastic down there. A great response from Nightcliff as Marley McGregor's going to kick his second goal. He almost took the one-handed mark, but he'll sell for just the goal at the back there. That was fantastic, Janet.
Yeah, amazing goal by Marley McGregor. Just sort of roved his own contest there and snapped on towards goal. But usually the chop-out ruck going down, having a rest at full forward. Second for the night. Done brilliant tonight as well, just competing all day. As Tigers quickly responding to a great Tars goal. We have a game in our hands.
We really do. That's the perfect response though, because they've still got that 27-point margin, and if Waratahs kick the next one, who knows? But yeah, they've responded immediately as good sides do, and we know how much experience is out there for the Tigers. And
there's the goal kickers right in the middle again amongst it with Kirby.
Yeah, as Marley McGregor just putting the work in, and there's a few players jumping on this footy as Brendan Parfitt just sends a handball out of the contest. As we can see some water coming up there, as that ball would be putting on a bit of weight, as be a bit waterlogged, as Falkinghorn gets a kick away, and I think it's Politis has got it, and he gives the hands off beautifully. And we'll go inside 50 here, will Nightcliff, but it's a great read of the ball there down there by Robbie Turnbull, and he's taken a good mark, and he's not really sure what to do. I think he'll come to the far wing because I think he sees big Arnold Kirby, but he doesn't go to him in the end, as he's hit George, and he's got it on the half-back flank, and Brody Carrolls wants it. But he's given a weird handball, but I think it's actually not a terrible one in the end, as Robbie Turnbull gets it back. It was just over the head of big Arnold Kirby. A few players diving in as Parfitt's got it. He gives it to Politis, and he'll give the handball over the top as they're working it here, and I think Linky's got it, and he's going to send it inside 50. As Kennedy's there, he got hands to it. Can he get a boot to it? No, there's Waratahs players there. Still very dangerous for Nightcliff. As Kennedy will pick it up and he'll kick a goal, but I think there's a free kick, and it's going to go Waratahs' ways. Waratahs have been saved by the bell there.
Yeah, the whistle definitely blew before that goal was kicked, but how exciting is that from the Tigers? Responding really well and just working it through their hands as they do, and no better team does it better than them. They just know how to work it through their hands, know where the runners are, and Tars now lucky that time, I reckon.
It's a terrible kick out of fullback there as Trawath has ended up with it, and he's going to kick it right to the top of the goal square. Bailey's there, he's got his hands to it, he tries to pass it out to a teammate in Linky, but he's under severe Waratah pressure, and I think it'll trickle through from behind her as it kicked on the goal line. I think it might have been Nightcliff is celebrating. I'm not sure who's kicked it because he's absolutely sprinted through the goal line, and he's just come in and kicked an absolute tap in, but that's another fantastic goal for Nightcliff, and I think it might go to Shea Linky again. I think he might have kicked his third, but all of a sudden they're back out to 33 points, Jenna.
Yeah, definitely wanting to stamp their authority on this game. Tigers definitely not going away without a fight. Just relentless forward 50 pressure, everybody down there. Tars defenders just didn't know what to do, and at the end almost ran into an open goal.
Yeah, that was full-on soccer style. Just tapped it in there, and yeah. Don't ask how, you just ask how many, and that's as easy as it'll come. So Waratahs will be ruling with themselves after it looked like they're on the comeback, and now back out to 33 points. So still a lot of work to do for them if they're any chance tonight, as Withers will step inside really nicely and kick that one inside 50 onto the half forward flank, and Gray went up there, but it's a great mark down there by Nightcliff. Sorry, my apologies, it's Montgomery who's got it, and he's gone wide here. Has the kick got a bit too much on it? No, it doesn't. As Nightcliff are going to go forward here is Glover, and he's kicked a beautiful pass into Shay Linky, who's been fantastic tonight. He's been really working up the ground, and that's a nice kick inside, and they're going to have a chance to really attack here. Nightcliff, as Boyd Bailey's got it, and he's going to fake the handball out and give it to Brody Filo. Gets it in the end, and he's gone forward, but it's going to be marked very well defensively down there by Robbie Turnbull, who's having a pretty good third term. As Zulster's got it, and he's going to go straight up the guts, and that was almost a perfect kick. It was just, but the umpire is going to pay front on contact. And Waratahs are going to want to go quickly. It's play on. He tried to pay 50, but he's given it back to Zulst, who's absolutely working. He could have a shot on goal here, but he's under a lot of pressure. Sells some candy, takes another bounce. He couldn't, could he? But he's just put it to the right. That would have been some goal, but gets unlucky with that one.
Oh, how exciting is Cody Zeus when he gets going. Yeah, definitely could have done it. He's done it before in plenty of games before today, but yeah, just missed to the right as Tigers take a breath out of fullback.
Yes, and both teams just looking so dangerous tonight, and not much here, but Nightcliff, will end up going inside. Bit of a push under the ball there from Collis. He doesn't think so, and ball will go wide of Roberts. They're working the handball well here, and Robbie Turnbull's going to end up with it, and he's going to go put it to a dangerous spot. Almost a great mark taken down there, but Parford gets boot to ball, but kick was immediately smothered. Was he taken high there? Yes, I think he was. Nightcliff are going to appeal for a duck, but John Bayman, the umpire, says absolutely, and Lucas Gray's going to line up for number 4, but I reckon that was the right decision in the end, Janet.
Yeah, it definitely was. Umpire had the perfect view of that. He was right in front, and yeah, couldn't argue with that. He's 10 metres away and saw everything.
Yeah, he definitely knows more about free kicks than me, so Lucas Gray will line up about 35 metres out in a slight angle, and this is a massive kick here, and really to put Waratahs within a sniff again. This is to put them within 26 points, and he's had a fantastic night already, as we've said tonight, Janet, and he's going to stroll in here on his favoured left foot. And he's kicked it, and he gets a massive come on, and he wants his team to lift. He is really putting his team on his back in this third term. I think he's kicked all their goals, Janet, and he's just having an absolutely fantastic day and really proving just such a dangerous small forward. You wouldn't want him anywhere near the footy if you were Nightcliff.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a problem for Tigers in this last 2 quarters of this game, and he's getting the Tigers actually a little bit angry in that sequence of events. So he's doing all the right things, getting under the defender's skin, and it's working for him. 4 goals, and 4 goals all kicks by him. So he's doing a job down there with the ball back in there, and Brendan Parford getting a little bit of extra attention by his opponent. I think it's Scotty Carlin.
Yeah, he'd be silly not to pay him some attention. There's Lucas Gray as well, just laying some immense pressure down there in the forward line. That's a brilliant tap from Kirby, and that'll go straight inside 50, and no, not enough communication from Nightcliff down there as Waratah's looking dangerous. Here he is, Lucas Gray again. Good handball out to Magda. He tried to get a high free kick, but it was a good tackle. But this ball will be wrapped up as Brett Kennedy's doing some defensive work, but oh, geez, Waratahs have looked dangerous at points tonight, and we know they can score quickly, Janet, so Nightcliff have got to be careful.
Yeah, the energy out there at the moment on the Tars end has definitely shifted. The momentum's on their side as they go up for a forward half clearance contest here.
Yes, and the ball's gone straight in the air. Not sure who kicked that one, but it's going to land in the lap of Jack Paris, and he's got it in a good spot here. We know he was on St Kilda's list last year, if not the year before. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think he's gotten a 50-metre penalty. I'm not sure if it was entering the protected area or if the man on the mark moved, but that's the last thing Waratahs wanted, as Nightcliff are going to have an attacking kick here through Jack Paris, and it's almost a good kick. A great back with the flight attempt to mark there from Waratahs. Saved probably a shot on goal, as they're going to go on the attack here. They're going to flip the script, as it's a good handball inside, but put Carl under a bit of pressure. He's doing that tag and roll and getting a bit of the footy and taken high there, but umpire said no. I reckon that's a bit of a missed free kick, as Waratah still a chance to maybe have a shot on goal here, but not going to quite work out for them. Nightcliff got a quick free kick out, but that's definitely not going to be paid a mark. Waratah's taking tackles and turns around as, oh, it's another goal for Waratahs, and they have really got some momentum again. They've responded to their 2 goals as Joel Stevens, he's covered in mud as you'd expect as he's getting in for those hard footies, and he's turned around and slammed that one on the boot, and another fantastic goal from the Waratahs, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Joel Stevens actually started in the midfield early on and had plenty of touches early on during this game. But yeah, we definitely know he's a notable goal kicker for Tars as well. But yeah, Tars just momentum on their side at the moment, and they're really playing for each other and you know, having a go at the moment. And the pressure is through the roof on there, and they're actually, you know, reaping the benefits of it all.
Yeah, they are. They're looking very dangerous when they've gone forward, and you know, the last 4 or 5 minutes in this quarter will prove very pivotal. I think a goal either way could really say a lot as Rucks do battle again, and Brody Carroll's in there, but that kick wasn't very good as Waratah uses his big body to get hands out as players are just steaming in. Joel Hillis was in there, and they're going to work it out here. I think it might be Scotty Carlin's going to send this one forward, looking for his full forward there just through his hands. And there's dangerous players everywhere for Waratahs as Jaden Magro's laying some body down there. Zust gets it out to the back, but nothing will work out, and we'll get a stoppage. But Waratahs midfield have really lifted since that first quarter, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Tars are now winning the battle of the midfields that we spoke about earlier on in the game, and there's a contest now in the forward 50 for Tars.
As they'll clear it here, Nightcliff, but a lot of pressure laid as it's going to end up back in Waratah hands, but that kick just wouldn't quite work out there. As they'll get the ball back in for Nightcliff but yeah, there's a couple minutes left. I reckon the leadership of Nightcliff, as we've seen Brody Philo go down there to take the kick in, he'll just kind of say, boys, we'll just take it easy here. We don't want to concede going into 3/4 time. We want to keep this 20-point margin, or 19 points now, I should say, as you're watching the AFL&T's coverage. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the AFL&T's coverage of, as we'll go long down the line here, but nothing will work out, and might have been a trip there. Umpire doesn't think so, but Waratah's just getting their hands first to the footy in this term, but looking pretty dangerous, and I reckon Nightcliff want the boundary here, and they'll get it. As you're watching the coverage of the NTFL and NT News and Community TV, and there should be a very interesting final term coming up, as we've probably only got 2 minutes left in this one, and still plenty of twists in this tail, but Waratahs, I still think they've got a goal left in them in this third term. I'm not sure how much longer we've got left, but the ball will come in. We've had a fair few forward stoppages, and both teams have looked so dangerous coming from both of them. And as it comes in here, plenty of numbers around this stoppage. I reckon there won't be many Nightcliff players outside this contest, as nothing to come from this one, and umpire asks for it again. And yeah, what do you do if you're Nightcliff in this situation though, Janet? Do you just park the bus?
It's red time at the moment. Everybody's got to get down there if you're a Nightcliff Tigers player, and I would assume Lee Crossman, the coach, would want everybody down there on a man, not letting any late goals concede in this one, because Tars has definitely won this quarter. Yeah, they have, and Brody Philo's down there barking instructions to everyone, as you'd expect, and they've got to go quickly here, Waratah, because the siren's just around the corner, but they'll send it and give themselves another chance. As a few players go up for that, heaps of Nightcliff numbers down there, so you'd think they'd be safe for the moment being, as we'll get yet another stoppage inside of Waratah's forward 50, where they've looked very dangerous, and you know, with the likes of Lucas Gray and Jaden Magro running around there, Nightcliff would not feel very safe. It's going to come out the back here, and I think it's Joel Hillis who's had a check side shot on goal, but that's just going to miss, which is unlucky. They've had a few missed opportunities this quarter, and I don't think Nightcliff will be in any hurry to get this footy. Brody Philo's just telling his team, yeah, lads, we don't need to do anything silly here. Let's just keep the footy and get to 3/4 time, as he'll go for a dangerous kick. Oh, almost spoiled there, but it won't be. His Glover's just marked that, and he's not in any rush. Oh, that's not a great kick. I don't know why he's done that. He's going to get lucky that that's going to go out for a stoppage, but that could have easily been a goal, Janet. Yeah, just got to hang on to the footy or just bomb it out into space, because the Tars are smelling every little bit of opportunity at the moment, and every single Tars player wants the footy at the moment. And I think it might be Waratah's ball, Janet. Sorry, I interrupt you. I think Scott Carlin's got it. I think it might be out in the full, or they might have paid to. I have no idea. I'm sure the viewers at home would know a bit more than us. It's a tricky kick for the Waratahs captain here, but if they ever needed a captain's goal, this would be it. And
He's put a fair bit on it. I'll tell you what, that is an unbelievable goal from Scotty Carlin. He has put Waratahs right back in this contest with as good a set shot as you're going to see, with a bit of wind coming his way, and the captain has certainly delivered for his team.
What a way to inspire your teammates. Scotty Carlin, the captain, kicking it from a very almost where we're standing, actually. So
he pretty much kicked from where we were.
He gave it everything he got, and he absolutely loved it when it went in. So what a way to inspire your teammates, and what a way to, finish the quarter off. Nightcliff would not want to concede another one here. Just holding on to that scoreline at the moment, but Tars are coming.
It's not much of a scoreline anymore, Janet. It's 2 goals.
Yeah.
2 goals, and they're all square. If you believe that. About an hour ago it was 46-0, I think it was at one point. So Waratahs have really worked their way back, but Nightcliff still with an edge, and probably only a couple of seconds left in this quarter. But Waratahs will win this one again as there's a whistle, but this is going to go Nightcliff's way, so they might get one last roll of the dice. If they're going to go quickly here, I think it might be going to Brody Philo. It will. That should be 50 metres. Umpire doesn't think so. He's thrown it right over his head. That definitely, I would have paid that 50, but anyway, it's not about me. There's Brody Philo's there, and he's not going to go too quickly, and I reckon he'll just send this one inside as he does. And there's a few players out there that are going to compete with that. So McGregor got hands to it, but couldn't quite mark it. Waratahs would flood everyone back as you'd expect, and they're going to just dump on this footy as the siren will beat them. And that is a fantastic quarter from the Waratahs Football Club, and they are right back in there as there's some push and shove going to end this one. Just knowing both teams want it so bad, and Janet, this could go either way in this final term.
Who would have thought after that 7 straight start at the first quarter by Tigers, Tars just arm wrestle their way back into this game, and now only two goals shy of taking it. So this last quarter is going to be a good one, Leo.
Should be huge, and even Nightcliff kicked a couple in that third quarter, but Waratah's still within 2. So do not go anywhere. There is an absolutely fantastic fourth quarter coming up right after this short break.
This weekend is towards Zero Road Safety Round.
Too many lives are lost on Territory roads because of drink driving.
If you're heading out for a few drinks, plan how you'll get home safely.
Mates don't let mates drink and drive.
Line up a sober bob. It could be a mate, taxi, bus or someone else.
We all have a responsibility to make the right choices on our roads.
We are once again partnering with Road Safety to encourage safe road behaviours.
In this round, we'll wear 0 Guernseys and yellow armbands to honour lives lost.
Each year, 42 people die and over 400 are seriously injured on Territory roads.
No one should have to go through the pain of losing a loved one.
Look out for pedestrians, especially at night. Slow down and stay alert.
Play your part in reducing road trauma by making smart choices.
Let's drive like our lives are worth living.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. King for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up. Bring it back.
top-end footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
G'day and welcome back to Nightcliff Oval for this amazing clash we've had this evening between Nightcliff and Waratahs, as we only have Nightcliff up by 2 goals, and Janet, we have no idea which way this is going to go.
No, we wouldn't have predicted the way this game has unfolded in the third quarter, but what a fight back by the Waratah Warriors, with Lucas Gray being the highlight of their team at the moment, with 4 of their 6 goals by him alone. So he's become a problem for the Tigers, but we know Tigers can come out and firing, so we'll see what kind of last quarter we've got here as we're on our way.
Yes, there's some brilliant goals here all night, and been a very entertaining clash as both teams just diving into the footy like they have all night, and Philo, as you expect nonetheless, has dived in and gotten, and Waratah does the same thing, and he'll give a beautiful handball out to Brandon Parfitt, and he's got a chance to go inside 50 here, but the kick was a bit too shallow for McGregor, but he's going to tap it along, and I think it's going to stay alive. He's still kept it alive. I don't know how he's done that. He's given the handball inside to Brett Kennedy, and he'll give another handball, but no one really there for him. Waratah's under a lot of pressure here. That was a bit of a throw. Umpire didn't think so, as Roberts will clear that one, and as Shadforth tried the one-handed grab, but that really won't work out, as he's just showing the footy a bit, and the ball's going to get out the back here, and Lucas Gray, our man, Janet, is onto this one. He's applying his pressure like he has done all night, and is he going to get rewarded with holding the ball there? No, and he'll feel a bit hard done by, as we'll get a stoppage there. But a dangerous looking Nightcliff. That was the Nightcliff we came to know in that first term, just blitzing out of the stoppage. Your Parfits, your Trawatha's, your Brody Philos, we know how dangerous of a midfield that is, and like Waratah's midfield's doing a pretty good job themselves. As we'll get underway here, as Arnold Kirby tried to get to that one, but I think Philo's just slammed that one on the boot, and it's going to work out as Nightcliff have got a great opportunity here as McGregor's there in a one-on-one, but the kick really wasn't to his advantage. It's right to the boundary line, doesn't really have a chance here. They needed to kick that kick a bit more inboard.
This is the next best thing for the Tigers. Just got to take that momentum off the Tars and get an early goal here, just to keep themselves in the game. We definitely have the lead at the moment, but yeah, you feel like the Tars are just lurking, trying to catch that lead as we have a forward half stoppage for the Tigers.
Yes, and we know how both teams have been just so dangerous throughout stoppages in the forward 50, and that ball's been slammed on the boot. It's going to go close to goal, but Roberts will be there, and he'll take a good mark on the goal line. A bit of a goal-saving mark there, but Nightcliff have set up well here. There's not much for him to go to, so he's just going to go for a run and give this one a fair bit. And Kirby was under it, but I think it just went under his head. As a few players losing their feet tonight, as Janet said, it's pretty slippery out there, and this ball will go forward. Is that going to be out in the full? It is, so Nightcliff will get a chance to attack. It's been all Nightcliff in this first 2 minutes, winning all the stoppages, and Parfitt will have a chance to put this one inside 50. Actually, my mistake, it's Brody Philo, which is even worse for Waratah. It's probably the best kick in the competition. So I don't know what's going on with the umpires here. I think they're going to have a discussion. They're not sure if it was out in the full. This is slowing things up for both teams, which Waratahs wouldn't want because they don't want all the time in the world, but I'm not sure what's going on. I think it might have gone.
It's pointing towards Tars end, so it might be a Tars free kick.
Might have been a reversal there, I think. I'm not sure what happened, but we're a bit far away, but that's pretty sloppy from Nightcliff if it is. As Jaden Magro's ended up with it, it's probably him that got belted, which doesn't sound too strange as he gets to half forward, but his half forwards couldn't quite win it. They're all battling in there. The ball comes out the back to Brodie Carroll. He's under severe pressure. A great handball to Shadforth and a fantastic run-down tackle. It was Brandon Parfitt again. He's had a couple of those tonight, really getting his team over the line, and that could be another goal saved. He's been a leader out there tonight, Janet.
Yeah, definitely had a more consistent night by Brandon Parfitt. A little bit quiet in that third quarter. Might have been getting tagged, but yeah, he's definitely come out in this last quarter roaring as he gets his teammates involved here. Tigers free kick on the wing.
It's a dangerous kick in the middle, but it's going to work out beautifully as they're going to go wide here and they're going to have a chance to attack. I think it's Jack Paris who's got it, and he's going to go to the half forward, and found Brett Kennedy has taken a great mark there, 50 metres out. We know he's a goal kicker, but 50 metres out is a long, long way, as Trewartha wanted it, but he just didn't have the time to react. There's a few players screaming for it, so he goes inside, and it's going to be a roost for goal here from Nightcliff, but I think one might have ended out in the full, which isn't ideal, but Waratahs will get the chance to go again. But Nightcliff looking dangerous, and Waratahs got to be careful here because a couple goals and it'll make it a lot harder. As Robert Turnbull will go for a quick chip kick to Dill Collis, and he's going to just run inside. He's done well there, and it's a beautiful kick, and I think he's hit Jaden Magro out there, and he's going to hold the ball up. We know what a dangerous player he is. It's a good kick. Is it too much for Scotty Carlin? Just a little bit. He's going to get his seconds though, and he's just gotten rid of a few Nightcliff players. The handball was very average. His players are battling in, and I think Nightcliff might have won that one out, but I'm not sure if it'll come to anything, as Magro wants to deliver it, but I doubt he'll get that one. But we'll get another throw in, but just that was an almost moment for Waratahs. They could have gone end to end there, Janet.
Yeah, definitely the ball's in Tigers' hands, so every chance, every opportunity that the Tars are going to get, they've got to capitalise on it. Here comes the ball again on that far wing.
Just both teams have just been so dangerous from the midfield. We know how stacked their midfields are, as they're just wrapped a little bit of a two-man tackle there, and we get another stoppage just on the centre wing here, slightly favouring Nightcliff's attacking end. I think Trewartha might win this one out. He gives the handball, and it's a beautiful handball, and they're going to have a shot here, but that's going to fall short. But Shay Linky's in a great spot, gets hands to it, couldn't quite mark it. I think it might be Nathan Brown down there, a long way from home, but he couldn't quite pick that one up. But I think this will work out for Waratahs. No, it quite won't. It's been kicked off the deck. That would have been a very good goal. I'm not sure who kicked that one off the deck, but it's going to work out pretty well here for Nightcliff. They'll be much happier with the stoppage than giving the ball back to Waratahs. So when we know how dangerous they've been, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was Marley McGregor that kicked it off the deck before. We know from down there he had a soccer goal, so doing what works for him as he goes up against Kirby here in the ruck.
Yeah, the soccer's been pretty popular tonight. Both teams just wanting to move it forward at stages, as Kirby gets the two-handed tap down, and Parfitt's going to go screaming in for this one. Gets a bit of contact from Shadforth, and I think Hillis is in there. Trewartha's worked a long way back as Waratahs are screaming in numbers. Nightcliff will want to work this one out, otherwise Waratahs are out. As Politis has got this one, he's going to give the handballs over the top. The pressure's still on there. Shadforth's getting in there. He does really well. Gets a bit of a tap out there. Philo, a great little sidestep, and that kick's gone wide. It was a bit of a nothing kick. But this kick, and then just a kick straight in the air. And Nathan Brown's gotten up there. I think he's a bit of a swingman for Nightcliff going forward. And is that going to be a high tackle? It is. Waratahs are not happy, but it's probably there. And I think it's going to go Brandon Parfitt's way, which is exactly who you don't want to have the ball.
No, Brandon Parfitt probably gave away that last one in the third quarter in that exact spot against Lucas Gray. So he gets to have his little revenge moment here and give one back. And I reckon he's had a great night tonight, but I don't think he's had a goal.
I think he has kicked one. Sorry, Jenny. He kicked one pretty good one. He's missed a couple, though, I think. He's going to come in here as the wind's pushing very far towards the right of screen.
He likes it, though.
And he's just nailed it, and he's just delivered when his team needed him most, and they've put the margin back out to 18 points. And as you just said, Janet, Brandon Parfitt is turning his good night into a pretty great one.
Yeah, definitely. Tigers just taking that pressure off themselves a little bit, getting that early goal, but controlling the footy at the moment. So Tars need to come back into it after that third quarter fight back. But Tigers just too good in this early on in this last quarter.
Yeah, we need the Waratahs midfield to lift again there. Getting dominated by Nightcliff like they were early, so they're going to have to lift. And they've got Brodie Carroll in there and Joel Stevens of the likes, and we know they're some of the MTFL's finest. And Arnold Kirby, who's been just battling all night, he's had plenty of the footy, the big fella, and he'll do battle in the ruck again as he's getting his tap down. But Taratha's come steaming through that. He's done really well.
He's had a great night as well.
He has. He's just an absolute bull in there, and off the left foot, that's a brilliant kick. And they're going to work their way forward here, Nightcliff, and they're going to have a chance for an attacking kick here. And they will be able to go inside 50 here through Rinaldi, and he's put it, doesn't get a lot on the kick, it's just gone straight in the air, and a big double fister down there. And Taratha's been tackled immediately as Waratahs are coming in numbers. They wanted to try and get the handballs going there, but umpire will call that one, and it's a very dangerous spot if you are Nightcliff here, because they've got a lot of dangerous players around the ball. As Kirby tries to tap that one, but does not come to anything. And we'll just we've had a few repeat stoppages on tonight, and I think this will be good for both teams, just to try and take a breath, because I'll tell you what, I'd be absolutely cooked if I was out there, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Here goes Kirby with the kick out.
Couldn't quite work it out as Nightcliff had front spot there, and the defence has held up pretty well tonight, and it's working well this first term, but it could work out here for Waratahs, and he was definitely taken high there. They're going to take the advantage here. Was it the right move? I'm not sure, but it's going to go forward, and oh, it's a great tackle down there, and that should be holding the ball, and it's going to be... Sorry, Kenner was just taking way too much time down there, and Nightcliff will win the footy back, and they'll have a good chance to just soak up the footy here. But Waratahs had a really good chance to attack there, but just not much to kick to. Kenner, he did not have any teammates there as Nightcliff have gone down the line here, and they'll earn themselves a stoppage. Both teams are just going to throw everything at us in this last 10-15 minutes, Janet.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like that. Definitely feeling like both teams just want to get their hands on the footy and just play a little bit of territory footy. The ball going up now. Kirby and McGregor just had a great night in the ruck, both of them. And
yeah, it's not going to really work out there, but yes, all ruckmen that have played their part tonight have been fantastic. But Nightcliff are going to have a chance here as Linky has thrown a handball over his back, but that's brilliantly done by Roberts, and that's going to get past a fair few players. But Nightcliff have got numbers. I think that might have been Nathan Brown. He's done brilliantly there with that little touch of the hands, and he gets a handball out, but it's a rubbish one. It's headed up straight with Waratahs, and they're going to have a chance to attack, but that's an awful kick there. He had a player quite open, and he's just decided to go for a bit of a Hail Mary over the top, but nonetheless, they've got the ball where they want at Waratahs, and they've got a chance to keep it there. As we'll get this ball back in, as the wind has just been on and off all night, and can't trust any set shots as everyone's moving around, getting on the move. Lucas Gray's in there. We know how dangerous he's been tonight. And nothing really to come from this stoppage as Nightcliff will finally get it out. I think it was through Taratha. Linky's in there battling hard as Emboscado tried to get hands on the footy, but he can't quite. Robert Turnbull, he's done a little spin move. He couldn't take the footy with him, but Waratahs have worked this well defensively, and they're going to get this one in as another attacking chance as there's a screaming spoil down there, and that will go out of bounds. And that was really, really well done by Montgomery. He's actually had a pretty quietly good night down there in defence.
Yeah, definitely a great spoil just over the top of that contest. not giving them any leeway to get another goal here. Tigers defence, so really well done.
Yeah, they've stood up well tonight, and they're 18-point margin here, so they've got a bit of breathing space, but definitely not feeling too comfortable, as Waratahs have scored 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes at some points tonight, as Nightcliff will casually take that one over, and we'll throw that one in again, as Waratahs will set up, and hopefully they've got that defensive wall set up so they can get a bit of forward half footy going, which is probably what's going to win this game if there are any chance on this Friday night here at Nightcliff Oval. We're taking a while to throw this one in, as here it comes. It's fallen pretty short as McGregor wins that tap quite convincingly, as Withers gives good hands off, but great smother down there, and I think the boundary line will beat everyone once again, as we've got a bit of stoppage mayhem here.
Yeah, both teams just needing a little bit of a breather. It's been quite chaos football the last 5 minutes, so just got to get clean hands on the footy and get some kick mark going, with both teams looking very tired out there.
Yeah, I reckon it's been pretty chaos footy for the last 90 minutes even,
yeah.
As both teams just diving over the footy. No one can really get a clean possession, as Waratahs have finally worked it out, but he's brilliantly tackled down there. Arthur's getting in there, and he's just bulldozing his way through like he always does, and that's a good mark taken down there, and I think it might be Roberts again, who's having a very good night in defence.
He's had a great night in defence, Roberts, just in the right spots.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes, but he's definitely made up for them for what he's done for Waratah. Saved plenty of goals as Kirby decides to soccer that one off the ground. Nightcliff got front spot though, so I think it's... Oh, he's out in a paddock of space here if he can pick this one up. But Waratahs have laid pressure. Oh, and he's attacked that brilliantly. And Waratahs are going to attack here. They've put a big kick in, looking for their forwards. A few players fly. As Montgomery's down there. He doesn't quite get a handball away. And I think umpire's going to play holding the ball. And I reckon that might be the correct decision, because he did not get a handball to that. And Waratahs are going to have a kick from a bit of a slight angle here. But this is the last thing Nightcliff needed, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. This angle, commentary box doesn't have a great vision, but it looks like he's backing himself. He's going to try and go for a goal here.
Yeah, Lockie Nash, and got that headband on, and it's definitely not unkickable. He's going to shroud, and he's getting a lot of friendly advice, I'm sure, from the Nightcliff Sports Club, as he's just going to put that one right. It's not going to have the distance in the end, but I think that's a mark taken down there, and it's a fantastic mark as the Waratahs crowd are cheering. And is that advantage paid? I don't think it is. I think he's going to call it back, and it was marked down there by not Mac Johnson. That was marked down there by Samuel Kenner, who's he's taken a couple great clunks tonight. And oh no, it's not a mark. Sorry, don't listen to me. This is a stoppage, I think. Or I think we're just trying to find the footy. I'm not really too sure what's going on here, as Waratahs have finally gone and getting the footage, as they'd probably want to be onto that a bit earlier because their time's against them.
Looks like Kenner's going to go back for a set shot.
Got very confused there. Sorry, Janet. But anyway, he's going to have a set shot about 20 metres out in a slight angle. And this will be huge, as he's just stabbed at it and he's put it through, and he's given Waratahs a life of hope. He's put the margin back within 12 points. And do not go anywhere. This game is far from over, Janet.
Yeah, for sure. Tigers just not capitalising on some of their forward 50 their defensive rebounds, and Tars making them pay for it. Kenner has been a huge target up there for them pretty much all night, but this one's going to be the one that he's going to remember, and bringing Tars back into this game steadily.
Yeah, and we've seen how just quickly goals have come today. Like, we've had some pretty dry patches in this game with no goals, and then we've seen 5 minutes where there's 4 goals like that. So Nightcliff would definitely want to be well set up for this last about 7 minutes we've got in this term. So plenty of time for 2 goals for Waratahs, as Big Arnold Kirby has not given himself a rest in the ruck, working very hard all day, as Philo taps it out wide. But Waratahs are there, as Zus tries to get a kick in there, but it didn't quite work out, as I think that's Hillis trying to get in there. Oh no, it was Robbie Turnbull, sorry, but Brett Kennedy's got it, and he's given a beautiful handball in the middle to Arthur, and he's going to go and kick it to the half-forward flank. It's landed in the lap of Politis. He didn't even realise, but he's just dropped it. And Waratahs, it's going to work out for them. They've worked the hands through themselves here, as Dill Collis has got it. He's going to use his experience here, and it's a good kick to Clay Shadforth, who's going to go and mark it pretty casually in the end, and he'll chip the kick out wide, and it'll end up with Waratahs again. As Georges has it, he's going to go inside, and that's a bit of an average kick. It doesn't really work out. And Nightcliff are going to have a bit of a chance to attack here as Waratah's going to use his runners, but the handball was a bit short for his teammate. We might get yet another turnover here, but that was a clueless handball there. And Nightcliff, that's a good kick just to take the sting out of it a little bit here as Ryan Nyhouse, the skipper, is going to give it to Brett Kennedy, and they're going to move it quickly, and Politis is there, who's just racked up the footy today. He's had it on a bit of a string, and he's got a chance to send it inside 50, but Nightcliff, it's probably too early to milk the clock, but I don't think they're in any rush. He's going to go back to Brett Kennedy, and Nyhouse is behind him. I wonder if he'll retreat. He won't. And that's a good kick. Linky almost marked that. Politis has got it again, about 3 touches in 30 seconds. And then Falkinghorn's gotten it forward, and that's going to be marked down there by Robbie Turnbull. He's got to be careful. It plays on his hammer. Didn't realise, so he's just sent that one straight to the middle of the ground. And I think it might be Brandon Parfitt who gets a handball over the top. It was a clever one in the end as Nightcliff will attack here, and they've got it to Waratah, who's really stepped up in this final quarter and just shown what a midfield bull he is. He's going to go wide, and they've got a chance to go inside 50 here to Nightcliff.
The Tars midfielders have just come down as clogging up all the space down in the Tigers forward line, so there's really no one to kick to, and he just goes up high.
Plenty of players went up for that. No one could claim it as Dill Collis will just send that one out of there, but Ryan Nyhouse is going to eat that one for dinner. There is no one to contest that with him as Waratah's players have all gone defensive. I don't know if that's the right idea because they're the ones who've got to score, not defend, and Nightcliff, they know what to do in this scenario. They'll choose some time off the clock here as they'll chip the kick inside, and they're in a good position here. They're in no rush. That one will go forward, and Big Arnold Kirby's down there. Plenty of players went up for that one. Handball out to Brett Kennedy. He didn't have enough time as McGregor got boot to that, and you'd think Kirby will just take this one over the boundary line, over the point post. Sorry, he knew exactly what he was doing there, but the umpire couldn't pay that deliberate as Dill Collis is going to go straight up the guts. It's exactly what you want to do. Shadforth has run under the footy. It's gone through about 6 players' hands as the ball has just been skidding all night tonight. Oh, it's a dangerous handball from Nyhouse as Carlin's got it. He was absolutely slung there, and it's holding the ball. That is a fantastic tackle down there from Nightcliff, and they're going to have a chance to hold this one up through Jonathan Lanyon. And Waratah's just got to get a man here. There's not much time left. They need to get the ball in their hands as quickly as possible because they're not going to win the game with Nightcliff having the football. As they're going to chip it around, use their experience. They've been in this scenario a fair few times, a lot of these players, especially that man, Nathan Brown. He goes inside to Waratah and he slid for that mark, and he has had a huge fourth quarter and really set his team up for a good win here. And Montgomery's got it. They're in no rush to go forward, and Waratahs look like they've got very heavy legs. Nightcliff probably do as well, as they're going to go forward here. And they've put themselves under a bit of pressure. There's some Waratahs players around them. They're still going to work it out. Yeah, they've done well here. Oh, that might be holding the ball. That should be. Yes, it is. And Waratahs are just going to go. This to put them within 6 points if they can get a score out of this. But that handball was just straight in the air. Didn't really work out. Shadforth is in there. They're going to retreat as Zust is in there. He's working his way through. And, is that a high free kick? No, it's not. But Waratahs, they just can't get forward here as Nightcliff are just applying some fantastic pressure. And even if Waratahs were to kick a goal, they're still down by 7 points. As Parfitt's working the handball back to Paris and back to Parfitt. And they've got it on the boundary line here, Nightcliff. They'll set it up. I reckon they're looking for Shay Linky, but it was just a bit short for him. McGregor's there. Kennedy's there. Kennedy will get there. He'll put a little dribble kick on, and I reckon that'll seal the deal as he's on the phone, and I reckon he's pushed his team over the line there in what has been a great Friday night of football. And Brett Kennedy's been good tonight, hasn't he, Janet?
He just did the 6-7
he didn't.
as well after the phone call, so he loves it down here. And just a cherry on top after a hot start by Tigers, maybe a little bit of a heart attack in the third quarter, but just some class by the Tigers here. And yeah,
their big players really came to play in that last quarter and a half, didn't they? You know, your Brandon Parfitts, your Truellas, your Kennedys, they were all absolutely fantastic and got them over the line, and pretty scary for the rest of the competition, this performance, especially with Wade Dirksen to still come into this team who was going to win the leading goal king if he didn't get injured. So, been a huge night, and Waratahs, they were looking really good there, but they can point this loss to one thing, and that's the start, because they've probably been on top since that. And I think we're giving a bit of a 6-6-6 warning out here, and it wouldn't surprise me if Nightcliff are doing this on purpose, just to grind a bit of time. But as the score reads 12-7-79 to 9 goals 6-60 Nightcliff's way. And they'll want to set up well here for this last few minutes that we've got on this Friday night, as Kirby will do battle as he always has, as Waratah gets in there again. He's racked it up in this final turn, and that's a free kick, and that'll go Nightcliff's way. And I reckon there'll be in no hurry here, as Waratah will be in there, and Mitchell Waratah has just been fantastic tonight. He's just really just dove in there and just collected the footy. He's got no fear, like there's no tomorrow, and he's been called to play on, and he'll kick that one wide, and it's ended up being a beautiful kick to, I think it might have been Brody Fowler, but anyway, and Nightcliff will retreat, and they're going to take their time here as Boyd Bailey's found himself in defence, which is unlike him, but he's in no rush as he'll just chip this kick forward beautifully, and he's found, I think that is Polkinghorn, and yeah, he's kind of just casually strolling back. And they will go inside 50 eventually. Kirby was tempted to hit him after the footy then. Good thing he didn't. As they're out the back here, Nightcliff, could they have another chance at a goal? As Kennedy's in a one-on-one. There's a few plays getting there. Almost takes the mark. That would have been one hell of an end to a quarter for him. And there's the siren, and that brings us to an end of this Waratah's Nightcliff clash at Nightcliff Oval. And it was a very entertaining game with a Nightcliff with an absolutely blitzing start, and Waratah's really came back there and got within 2 goals, but in the end, Janet, it was just the class of Nightcliff that got over the line. Yeah, definitely. Tigers are definitely known for their hot starts and their fast running in numbers, and it showed in that first quarter when they kicked 7 straight to probably win them the game because the rest of the quarter, because the Waratah Warriors did come back fighting, but yeah, just too classy for them, Tigers, with the win tonight. Yeah, standout players. There was plenty to pick from. I loved Mitchell Waratah's game in the midfield. I thought Shay Linky was fantastic. I thought Lucas Gray was far and away Waratah's best. He really got him over the line, and I also loved Arnold Kirby's game in the ruck. Anything to add to that, Janet? Yeah, definitely. I thought Parfitt had a great game. Politis had a great first 2 quarters, and Trawalis as well for me. Just a workhorse in the midfield. For Tars, I thought Harvey Roberts played really well at fullback, and Arnold Kirby just battled in the ruck really hard all day. And then obviously Lucas Gray with the 4 goals tonight had a blinder. Yep, he certainly did. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting game now because Nightcliff are going to be knocking on St Mary's door for 3rd spot, and Waratahs, they're going to be watching the Tiwi game carefully, and they'll be going for whoever they're playing. So it's been great on this Friday night, and we'll just get to your goal kickers. As we had for Nightcliff, we had Cruz Polkinghorn with 1, Jonathan Lanyon with 1, Brett Kennedy had 2 with that great goal at the end, Shay Linky with 2, Brandon Parfitt 2, Marley McGregor had 3 in the end, a great night for him, and Boyd Bailey with 1. And then for the Waratahs, Scott Carlin kicked that unbelievable set shot in the 3rd term that really thought was going to get Waratahs over the line. Joel Stevens kicked 1, Joel Hills kicked 1, Samuel Kenner kicked 1, Riley Hutchins kicked 1, and the man you just spoke about, Janet, Lucas Gray, had 4 in the end. And thanks for today, Janet. That was a pretty fantastic game of football, and plenty more NTFL action to come for the weekend, so make sure you stick around and enjoy the rest of the games that are on. It's been a pleasure having you this afternoon, and we'll see you over the weekend.